That's a fact. You first early. Uh, Blue is in a building, man. Hit the like button. We definitely in there. And that motherfucker said 12 hours, 4 minutes. I wonder if they still gonna let me. Okay, it's up there though. Oh, it said 11:59:56. Hell nah. Oh, they only keep the first 12 minutes. Okay, 12 hours. Damn.
Never would have made it.
Sure you would.
Never would have made it without you.
Of course
I
you
would
would.
have lost it all. But now I see you were there for me, and I'm stronger, I'm
I'm
wiser,
strong.
I'm better, much better.
My cat
What?
watching you sing.
You know you finna bring the demons out of Aqualak now.
Oh, singing gospel music.
You already know them demons finna be exercised now. Why?
That's gospel music is made for the devil. Crazy ass man. I don't know why that brother spirit like that. Like they be in the Bible all the time, Blue, but they spirit is always in the angry place.
That's the spirit of Yahweh Shai, bro.
Oh
I'm
shit!
telling
Look
you.
at him, put it on Jesus. Look at Blue. This
No,
shit.
no, no. I put it
Yahweh
on
Shai
Yahweh
Jesus,
Shai.
ain't it?
Somebody got a real bad echo and a real bad delay.
Is it me? Hold on.
It probably is it me? I probably got to do it from my phone.
Shit,
Jazz,
I'm straight.
Uh,
can you hear me? I'm on
yeah,
real time.
yep.
Moonflower, am I on real time on you for you?
Yeah, everybody sound fine to me. So
Oh
Oh,
yeah, it
okay,
probably
cool,
was
cool,
Schwab.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. You say Yahweh Shai ain't Jesus, Blue?
Nope.
Who is Yahweh Shai? Cause my Israelite brothers use Yahweh Shai all the time.
The nigga that they said was gonna be drunk with wine. That's why his eyes was red. Yeah, that's Yahweh Shai. Grandma's Jesus ain't drink.
If you think about it, they really are following a Caucasian sacred name doctrine. That's what they're doing,
yeah,
and they don't even know it.
they
That's
are.
called the sacred name doctrine, and they, you know what I'm saying? Right,
Yep.
Moonflower?
Yeah, you right.
What
That's
you mean
the
sacred name doctrine? Just because a bunch of sacred names like Genghis Khan, motherfuckers will follow that shit.
no, like you can't pronounce you can't say Jesus. You have to say Yeshua or
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You got
uh
to speak
huh.
with that. But watch this,
It's
Jazz.
called a.
I,
Go
I
ahead, brother.
say I say that they never heard. I claim myself as an Israelite, right? But I don't get into the Hebrew tongue because I say that we never heard the stuff other, and it's so old to where the oldest person probably don't remember how that stuff was spoken. You know, so
Right. I mean, if you
but
really want to, you know what I'm saying? If you really want to know what Hebrew is, all you have to do, and it's kind of common sense. Because just think about it. This whole Hebrew Israelite movement is fairly new.
mm-hmm.
And if you really want to make it into a thing and have it catch on for people to make it, you know what I'm saying, fashionable and positive, all you have
Right.
to do is learn actual Hebrew, the language, and put our accent with it, put the way we speak with it. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine a Hebrew language spoken with with the our kind of flair to it? Like that'd be some beautiful shit. But no, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do real shit. They want to do the fucking stand on corners and yell at motherfuckers that they ain't going to heaven because they white and stupid shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, and then when your ass catch that plane to Israel, the goddamn the
And
Israel
you be
police
living
put you. They
right.
make sure they make sure you ain't no crazy motherfucker trying to come over there with that shit.
You should see how niggas is living over there in Israel. They are living like straight up lower peasants.
Right. They ain't let them climb up the ladder at all.
Like, stop. You are not getting anywhere.
Well, Jam in the Bible do saying no man shall buy you. So if no man shall buy you, that's the truth then. Ain't nobody finna buy your bullshit, nigga. I said,
Part is
now the Lord said it is so. No man shall buy you because of your. But see, you know what? You know, let me not get into that, cause then, you know what I'm saying? They get into that. That's why we slave, cause we curse, and that's the proof. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't think
that's
I'm
another
cursed.
thing. Hold on. How can you be blessed and be cursed at the same time? What the F is that? That makes no sense.
Blessed
You
and
can't
cursed
be
at the
blessed and
same
cursed.
time.
It can't happen. You either one or the other thing. You can't serve two gods.
Hold on. Watch this. Now watch this now. Yes, it can, Jam, and watch this. Because I'm living a cursed life, but I'm changing my generation of curses by switching up what's going on in my life. So I'm blessed and cursed at the same time.
through the blessings of God.
I think that's a false
In
statement.
the name of real Jesus.
I
What in
think
the
that's
name of real Jesus?
Shalom.
Shalom.
I
There go
think
my
that
dog. There go my
you guys
dog
are
right there. Malak. He in the building.
I think that you guys are putting false statements on Israelites, saying that we're just sitting there yelling at people here and we're not learning Hebrew. There's a lot of Israelites that are learning Hebrew, but there's people like me that barely got to the faith that are still studying the Hebrew and that don't know fluently. But there is a lot of Israelites that have been in this movement for years that in Hebrew and speak it, and they still be out on the corners teaching people. It's not yelling. We're teaching people the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Because at the end of the day, we love our people who we don't want to see them die.
Right. But
Yeah,
she did use the word positive though.
Yeah, and it's pretty terrible to tell somebody like you doing the same thing that Nazi groups do to people when they yell at people that they're like horrible because they're black and this and that. Like y'all doing the same shit that they do.
Who's
Like
y'all?
telling people that they can't go to heaven because they're not Israelites and their skin ain't the same kind as yours. Is that right?
No, you're making a false.
I'm saying, is that right? I've seen this happen. I've seen like ISUPK. They're notorious for doing that.
But not everybody is ISUPK though.
But they speak more for y'all's group than anybody else.
No. This is the problem. You're gonna have to go to IUSPK and tell them about what they're doing wrong. You can't look
talking about that doctrine, the One West doctrine. It's the largest doctrine of the Israelite community.
Right.
She can't put that on
a moral obligation. So since they have the largest group, there should be a moral obligation to correct that with them.
Well, I definitely go.
You gonna get beat up if you try to. You seen them?
I definitely try to talk. I definitely try to talk to my brothers in the IUSPK. But at the end of the day,
6'7", 300 pounds with spikes and shit on their forearm. You think you finna walk up to them and tell them what the fuck they finna do?
I do. I did it twice in Hollywood. Them dudes they're not aggressive. They're not gonna attack you if you're, you know what I mean, got a couple of problems with what they're saying. They're gonna address the problems.
Hey, I seen them Israelites down here in Atlanta mount up on the nigga ass. IUIC, IGIC is one of them motherfuckers. I seen them mount up on the nigga ass, boy.
Me and my congregation, we ran into the IUSPK in Hollywood, the Hollywood IUSPK people. And we had a couple of problems that we had with it. And we brought it to the brothers. Those brothers, they didn't attack us or anything. They heard us. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, they just didn't listen. They said that they're going to teach what they teach. Even though we corrected them, that's all we can do. Don't demonize all Israelites.
So when do you stop the correction? I say, when do you stop the correction? Because the only thing the sister's saying is that part need to be corrected, not if they got a good part of them. When do you stop doing the correcting?
Man, you can only after twice, man. You're done. Wipe your feet off. Dust your feet off, man. You give a person 2 chances, man. If they don't, you know what I mean, they don't change after that, man. That's it.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I
You
feel
can't
like
force
therapy
nobody
is
to
more
do
than
it.
two
At the end
chances.
of the day, at the end of the day, you can't force anybody to do anything. You can only tell them. That's our thing. We're not here to force nobody to do anything. We're here to just teach and do the commandments. If people aren't doing the commandments right, like you can see, okay, they're teaching the commandments, but they ain't doing them. You just know that they ain't doing the commandments. At the end of the day, they got more work to do. You just got to keep letting them know. Like, if you let them know twice, maybe the second time it'll settle in. You know what I mean? But after that,
Oh,
you
well,
hear
I
from
will,
your brother.
I will put it here now, and I hope anybody from ISUPK is listening. I will say it out
Get your
loud
ass
into their
off the
face.
fucking computer.
They are not righteous people. They do not speak for the good, positive, you know what I'm saying,
What they
righteous
say?
brothers and sisters of the Hebrew Israelite community. They are serving their own cause. They're serving their own doctrine, and they're serving their own synagogue, which is pretty much not of God. I'll tell you that right now. Them people are something else. Even
You
their
said yeah,
whole
they built their altar to champion themselves.
right.
What's another
They
word?
demonize religions that have come way before, you know what I'm saying, way before and are actually real and older than theirs. And that whole Abba Bibbins thing, like, I don't know of any. It's kind of similar to Muhammad, like visiting. What kind of angel visits a man in a cave? Like, that doesn't sound angelic to me. Just like a angel with a perfect afro visited you in a bar. Like, what were you doing in a bar, first of all?
God gonna come meet you wherever you
Hey,
at,
all
Jay.
I know is this:
I'm just saying, but I'm just saying though. I'm just saying.
there's no other religion and no other thing that can help the black man but the Bible. Ain't nothing else that's out there that
You
is
a
worthy
lie.
enough to pay attention. No, I'm
There's
not a lie. Hold on. No, I'm
You
not
better
a lie
tell them
because
Malak.
all you
there's
guys,
therapy.
all you other people that are part of these other religions,
No, there's
ain't no
therapy.
chance.
You can go get traumatic therapy. You can go literally you can go get
Hold on.
therapy and get
I
traumatic
said a
healing and
religion.
find out what it is.
And
Oh,
how
that's
many
your
black
own
people?
thing.
How long has therapy been around and black people ain't been paying attention? Ain't been
Forever.
getting.
It's been around forever. It's been around
And has it did
forever
anything for
in
the black
villages.
community?
Yeah. Go to Africa.
Why are we destroyed? No, I'm talking about here in America.
Black people are not destroyed. You believe that because that's what you've been led to
We're
believe.
not
Black people are
destroyed,
not
man. I
destroyed.
can't
They're
mind.
not destroyed.
Okay,
Yeah, see
speaking for
that anger right
where
there.
I'm at
See,
right now.
that's
It
what
is
I'm
a
saying.
black person's mentality that destroys him.
Talk
Where
Black
about
I'm
it.
people
at right
are
now.
so beautiful as a people that one bad apple can destroy an entire fucking nation.
I
Literally.
I know
How
one
fucked
thing.
up is that?
These
Like,
ladies
can I
been
say
whooping
this?
y'all niggas asses lately. When I'm like Jam and Moonflower and Sister Nana, these sisters been beating y'all up. Boop, boop. They been beating
Like,
y'all
think about
ass.
that as a man,
Who been beating
homeboy.
us
You
up?
are so powerful as a man, as a black man, that you've been for all these fucking years. You've been saying we destroyed as a people. Woe is me, woe is me. You got a whole nation behind you, dog. But you the one bad person that thinks that bullshit. And here we go.
No, see,
2022,
it's people like
2,000 years
you
later,
that's
here we
loving us.
are.
No, listen, man. It's people like you that's messing our people
Stop
up.
thinking like that,
You
man.
ain't got
No,
no
stop
answer.
thinking like that. That's bullshit.
Why don't you just listen?
You make religion look horrible.
Well,
You are
you're
the one that
whatever
make
you.
You're the one that make
Whoa.
you're the one that makes the little kids be like, oh, I don't want to read the Bible now because you're saying that we're destroyed. How about you
Yeah,
talk
white
about the
man. I
good
go
things?
out there and I talk to people all the time and I
White
tell them
man
the
my
truth.
ass, white man my
It
ass,
says
white
that
man
you
my ass.
truth.
No more excuses.
This is
No
not
more
how you.
excuses.
This is not how you have a conversation with somebody.
There's no
You
more
gotta let me
excuses
speak.
about that white man stuff, man.
You
Seriously,
gotta
there's no
let me
more
speak,
excuses with
man.
that.
It's not. It don't work with you
We're
just
not
yelling.
destroyed. Okay, well then don't
You're
talk
not
about us
doing
being
anything.
destroyed because I'm not going to listen to that. I'm going to overtalk that all the time because that's not how I was raised. I don't listen to we're
Well,
destroyed.
that's why.
My
That's
mother
why
has,
it says. That's
I don't
why.
listen to that bull crap.
Do you know why? Do you know
That's
why we
bull
have to
crap.
teach?
We've
Do you
never
know why
been
we
destroyed.
have to teach? Because we're not emotionally involved in this. That's why the
Brother, we
Most High
have to
says
teach that
for
we're
the man to
destroyed?
teach. No, the men have
The
to
Most
teach.
High tells you to teach
Because
us
we
that
tell
we're
the
destroyed?
truth. We tell the truth. We're not hiding.
That's
We're not
not the
struggling nobody's.
truth. That's not the
Yeah,
truth,
it is.
though.
So you're gonna
It's
tell
not.
me? Listen, man.
No, how about you
I'm
be
saying,
destroyed, Akamalak? You destroy yourself. The God does not destroy you. You destroy yourself
no,
because you want to
man.
be
This is
destroyed.
crazy.
You want to be in that slave mentality.
Okay.
That's what you want. So that's what you do. That's what you want.
Like
So
I
that's
said,
what you
man,
get.
this is the truth. We're not
I
making
want
this
to do
about
this,
me.
so I'm going to
I
do
never
this.
said I was destroyed. I said our people in America are destroyed. Our people are plagued with gang banging. Our people are plagued with prostitution. Our people are plagued with
That's
stealing,
everybody.
killing.
That's everybody.
Hold on. Man, no, our people got it the most. Our people are
That's,
cursed
no, that's
with that.
everybody. That's everybody.
Man, what? No.
That's literally
Okay, so
that's poor people. That's poor people. So that's
okay,
everybody
who's
that's poor.
who's
Divest.
poor?
They're weak.
Who is poor? Who are the poor? Who's the poor class in America?
There's blacks.
Divest.
There's
They're
whites.
weak.
Can you?
There's a
Who's the
lot.
poor class?
Poor is
There's a
poor.
class that's poor. Who's the poor
Poor
class
is
in America?
poor. Poor people.
Can you? Who's the poor class in America?
Poor
The poverty, the people in poverty. That's the
Lower class.
Yeah, lower class.
Who's the
I'm
main
trying to show
people
you
that's
something.
poor?
You're trying to make it about black people. That's what you're
Who
trying to do.
is the main people that is poor in America? What race of
Poor
people
people.
is mainly poor?
White
Poor
people.
people.
Mexicans.
White people.
White people actually. It's actually white.
It's definitely
Mexicans.
not Mexicans because they work more than y'all.
It's
Man,
actually
y'all
white.
crazy.
But they more poor though, Moonflower. They probably work more and take her on a quick.
Man, it's a known fact, man.
They trying to make their way. They trying to find their
And
way.
if you want to
All
keep it
more than
real,
black men.
Y'all not keeping it
I
real,
don't
man.
think
Poor
the black
white.
man is the poorest though. I think the black
They
man
are.
can
Black
be
men are
rich.
the
Yeah, what?
poorest.
Are you? Come on, DJ Black Charm. Are you serious?
Yeah, nigga. I think a nigga. Listen, man. I wake up every day and get. See, I'm living a whole nother place. I wake up every day and get to some money, man. Every day.
We're not talking about you. We're talking about
I
all
know.
people as a whole.
That's
No,
what I'm saying.
get out of
And
hey, bro.
that's what I'm saying.
Get out of your bubble.
Criminals.
Me as one person living like that, right? I feel like every man, he you know what I'm saying? Shit, nigga, get up there and put your fucking chest out there and you gonna get it too. Shit.
Bruh. No, bro, that's not the truth, though. You going off of how you got it, but you gotta go off our people as a whole, man.
Okay, why did?
Hey, no, wait.
If
You
you
want
wanted to be a,
oh, wait.
if you wanted to be a doctor, you
Can
gonna
y'all
get your
learn to
ass up
bridle
and go
your
to school
tongue?
like you supposed to.
You
be
can't
to be a
bridle your
doctor.
tongue,
If
DJ.
you gonna be a lawyer, you gonna get your ass up and go to school every day like you supposed to be a lawyer. If you're gonna be a mechanic, you gonna get your ass up every day and go to school. You can do this shit, nigga. Them other motherfuckers try to come over here and learn our philosophy on how we win it.
Exactly.
I know.
know the shit.
Hey, why are you telling me that? What are you telling me this for? I know this.
I'm saying that to everybody that if like the one young lady say that black men are the poorest, right? I don't believe that we are the poor. I mean, you agree with her. I don't believe that. I believe that a lot of niggas could get some money. They just so lazy because it's so plentiful to them. All the different
criminals.
DJ, no, you're saying that you believe that they can get some money, but you know right now. Wait, you know right now they're poor. You know that. So I know the black man got the potential to rule the world. That's a fact. That's what God made us to do. But right now, our people are destroyed. Why? Because they lack knowledge. Like you said, they need to go. They're lazy. You know what I mean?
Okay, and teaching people that religion is the only way out and the Bible's the only way out is part of the lack of knowledge. That's part of the lack of knowledge.
Hold on. Oh, I said the Bible is the only thing that can help the black man.
Part of the lack of knowledge.
Hey, listen, check this out.
Black men learn the same thing in prison.
Our people already believe in God, all right? So when we go out there and we're teaching them about God, these people aren't listening. The ones that believe in them, they listen. And once you show them the certain things that God requires of them, when you show them the things that God requires of them, they start adhering. You plant that seed, and then the Most High, he waters it, increases that, and he grows that tree up. We are here to plant seeds. God will increase. The ones that don't believe, go on to them. If you don't believe in the word and you all good, at the end of the day, I'm gonna hit you with a little price. Christ don't come here for the ones that's hit whole. He came for the sick. I go out there to help the people that need help. I'm not here to talk to you people on here that don't need help. If y'all got a problem with what we say, that's what I'm here to debate about. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, debate me on it. If you don't,
how you segue into that?
Hold on.
How you segue into that?
Easy. It's you know what I mean. I'm just talking now.
Oh, okay,
That's
I
how,
thought it was. I was just about to say, cause we got to get back on it. We got to talk back. We was on another level, you know.
no, we was on. This is the level we on right now. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, we are here to help our people, and we are here to help y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all that think y'all all good. At the end of the day, do what you do. But my people that's destroyed, we out there helping them. If y'all ain't trying to help us help them, get out our way. Let us do what we doing. Stop messing us.
So you
Stop
think
trying to
you
make
helping
us.
them
Hold on.
they
Stop trying
broke
to
and
make us look like. Stop trying to make us look like the bad guy because all we care about is our people.
you
Hold on.
said broke
Stop.
and
Hey,
destroyed.
stop
Let's
making
Ow,
us
ow,
look
ow.
like. Hold on. Stop trying to
No,
make it your
right there,
mission.
babe. Yep.
Stop trying to make it your
Ow, that
mission.
hurt.
Stop trying to make it your mission
Ow,
to
good God.
demonize our people.
Dad, you okay?
Oh, sorry. No, my legs.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
mute
stop
out.
trying to make it.
he doing one of them dead bank massages over there. Tell that man cut
Yeah,
that
I think I don't know. I think I pulled a ligament or something, and my husband trying to get it out, and it hurts. Hell.
I got
No, I said okay. Hey, DJ Black.
I got two words for you and your husband. Emergency room.
Word.
So, like I was gonna say one more time, the problem is, you know what I mean, we got a lot of people trying to attack the Israelites for what they doing. Oh, you know what I mean, they got a problem with the white man. They saying the white man gonna die. They saying that the only people gonna make it into the kingdom of heaven is black people. Da 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 da. Hey, at the end of the day, man, we only here for our people. All these other nations, they got help. Go to your people for help. We here to help ours. I ain't here to help nobody else. The Bible lets me know, worry about my people. Won't worry about nobody else. Anybody else that comes through that wants to learn, we'll teach them. We'll teach them about the Most High God. But if you ain't sitting there coming out your way, you know what I mean? You gotta come away to get my attention. I'm not gonna come up to no Edomite. I'm gonna go to no Moabite. I'm gonna go to no Amorite. I'm gonna go to none of these other nationalities. Israelites, none of these people teach them nothing.
Okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
teach my people because they're the ones that's destroyed. These other people, they you know what I mean, they just looking for a little dip of that finger from the while they up in here. Hell, they want the some water. A dip of your finger, some water in their tongue. And then they gonna keep pushing, still being wicked.
All right,
Well, I don't know what
so
none
how
of
do
y'all
you
gonna
feel
do when
about
Jesus come back and put
mankind?
a boot up your ass.
What'd you say, DJ?
I'll ask you how you feel about mankind in the essence of if you help me out, right, and I clean up my life, right, then
Right.
the white man that stay on one side of me, the Mexican that stay on the other side of me, the African and the Chinese that you know what I'm saying that stay on opposite sides of me or whatever, you don't think it's gonna help them out by me cleaning up my life, mankind and all around?
That's, I if I specifically helped you and they seen you get better, of course it's going to help them. They're going to see that the light is in our people, and then they're going to follow it. They're going to see that we were destroyed. We're the worst people on the planet right now. We are known as the worst people on the planet. Imagine, just think about this. Black people are sitting here reading the Bible on the street corners, teaching other black people the Bible. That's something. And these black people that's doing it are black people that was going down a very bad path, man. So we got to realize, man, that this is something phenomenal. This is something special right now that's going on. Black people ain't supposed to be sitting there trying to get their minds right. Black people are supposed to be destroyed, doing what these white men tried to have them do for the last
I
years,
got another question for you then.
hold on, which is breaking their God's commandments, man. That's what our people are supposed to be doing. We out here trying to defeat that.
I got another question for you then, bro.
What's up?
The next question is, if they was in, like you say, those people come from a bad place, right? So if they out on these cones preaching the word, which I think is, you know, like to be in the Bible, period, is a good thing. That's how, in my opinion, right? But if you out preaching this word and you ain't applying it to your own life, like you ain't establishing a household with a wife and children and but having a home period. You know what I'm saying? And having money in your pocket. You don't think like the people walking by can see that?
No, the people that's walking by while you're out there teaching, they don't know what's going on in your life. First of all they see is what you telling them.
Tell me
Hold on,
the
listen.
person walking
All
by.
they see, the people, listen, all the people that see when you talking and when you preaching on the streets, all these people see you out there trying to let them know about God. They don't see you in your personal life. They don't see if you got wife or kids. They don't see if you got a job. All they know is the preaching that
Okay,
you
let me ask you this, Amalak. Do you preach that you can have a blessed life here on this in this realm?
do I preach that you can have a blessed life here? What do you mean?
In this
Like,
realm,
blessed?
in this
Satisfied?
yeah, do you preach
As-
that people can have things in this life? Or do you preach
I
that
don't
they
get
gotta
what
have
you're
things in
saying.
the
I don't
afterlife?
get what you're saying. Oh no, definitely I don't preach. I preach out, you know what I mean, the kingdom of heaven being here.
No, that ain't what I said.
Hey,
That
Charm.
ain't what I said.
You said something about the afterlife, so I don't teach the afterlife.
Do you preach that people can have things in this life, or that it ain't for them? They got to wait to the afterlife to have things.
I just told you I preach that people gonna have stuff in this life.
All right, so you preach that people can have stuff in this life, right?
Facts.
And you telling me that if I walk past you, right, you telling me I can have things if I follow you, but I look down at your shoes and your shoe holy, and I look at your clothes and your clothes tore up, that I supposed to follow? You telling me why you ain't got no better shoes? Why you ain't got no better clothes? If we can have things in this, you see what I'm saying? Now I got to, but you want me to follow you. Then I go over here across the street and I see Schwaball dead ass friend, and he telling me if I do what he ain't doing that. He's saying, man, fill out the application and I'm gonna come goddamn pick you up tomorrow and you gonna be straight. And I look at Schwaball and I say, well shit, the nigga got fresh clothes, shoes, and stomach full. I'm going to work with him, bro. I ain't finna come stand out here with y'all. Y'all don't even look like y'all taking care of y'allself. And you telling me
you creating a false reality. In all reality, the Israelites aren't the ones that's out there preaching. They got their house in order, bro. They're not out there being bums. The fourth commandment is 6 days you must work.
Okay, so
Negro,
can somebody read Matthew 6
right now.
now?
You see me? I don't teach motherfuckers that they need to be poor.
Can somebody
teach
read
people
Matthew 6:5?
bro.
I ain't say teach people that they need to be poor. I said teach them that to have things, cause it's a whole. It's
No,
like
fourth
what I'm
commandment,
talking about.
DJ.
Is what
The
I'm talking
fourth
about is
commandment.
observation. I'm talking about from if you was a person coming up to me, Malak, asking me a thing, right? Aren't you observing the premises as well? As I'm telling you certain shit.
See, the thing is, DJ, you're creating a false reality. When we're talking about this subject right now, we gotta we gotta really talk about what's really going on in real life.
That's the
The
reality.
Israelites,
You ain't
in
seen
reality,
all these
the
people got
Israelites
clothes.
ain't out there looking like bums. That's not what they doing. They ain't out there dressed bad, and they ain't out there teaching people to be bums. They actually
All them
trying to
niggas
get
ain't got.
people.
All
Hold
them
on.
folk ain't got.
Listen,
All them
brother.
folk ain't got money to get
Listen.
no.
For 2
All them
years,
folk
2
ain't
years,
got money to get that
you
garment
got 2
like
years, bro.
Brother Zadok. All them folk ain't got money to look like Zadok. All them folk ain't got that money to look like Elder Rakah. All them folk ain't got that money to be standing with different levels on like fucking Captain Cesario. Keep that motherfucking shit real. Them nigga got on 2 big shoes, 2 big clothes. Most of that shit look dusty and tore up. That like
You
they
lying, bro. You lying. Show me one. Show me one. Show me one. It says 6 days you must work. Ain't nobody out there bummy, bro.
Well, you crazy here. I'm finna go wreck the YouTube right now.
Hey, DJ Black Charm. DJ Black Charm, brother, real quick. Can you please pull up
you ain't finna go to my video, bro. I'm fresh. You crazy.
6:5.
You crazy. He said I'm gonna go to your video.
Shit. Now, they talking about, hold on, Jam. They talking, your garments ain't the best garments, nigga.
That's
you
Oh,
telling
what
me
I
that
said.
ain't
Pull
the
up
Paul
six
of
hey,
York?
hold
five.
on.
That's what I
I
be
said
saying.
was. Hey, I'll be over there. I ain't said it was. Yeah.
Well, I
Listen,
got
this
the
is what a
Paul
lot
of
of these
York.
camps be doing, man. They be
What?
out there. Matthew 6:5. Y'all, they a lot of. I'm not saying your camp in particular, but because I know yo. I pretty much know your camp. Y'all some cool brothers, but a lot of the camps that's big and out there like that, they are doing Matthew 6:5.
No. See, you got no. This is a lie. Hold on. She's taking Matthew 6 and 5, and she's conflating it with
I'm
people.
not. I'm not saying
No,
about praying. I'm
no,
saying
no.
about
Wait. Let me tell.
wanting to be seen. It's wanting to be seen. That's all
No,
it means.
It's praying. Praying in public. Praying to be seen.
It's
That's
the
what this
same
is.
thing. It is the
No, it's
same
not.
thing.
Sisters.
You're doing
That's
it to
why.
be
No.
seen. It's a
It
problem.
says in the Bible, do not add or take from the word. The Bible says
You're
praying.
doing it to be seen is the
It didn't say,
problem.
hold on. It said praying to be seen. We
It's
don't
the
go
Why
same
to worship.
it
thing.
about to be
You're
2022? Why this?
No, hold on. I'm gonna read Matthew 6 and 5, but we're gonna see it praying and teaching the word because Christ taught the word. So you go
y'all not
against the
teaching
Christ.
the word though.
We're not.
The
What
only
are
thing
Israelites doing?
The
What are
only thing
Israelites?
that y'all be out there doing is arguing with people. I don't see nobody ever out there
Yeah,
conversing and y'all teaching anybody out there. I've never seen
that's a
that.
lie. That's a lie.
I don't never see that. I've never seen that before.
I
All
ain't
I
never
see
seen
is
that one
people.
Israelite. You're bearing false witness on the Israelites now.
I'm
All
not bearing false
Israelites, no
witness,
matter what group it is, all Israelites teach out of the Bible. There's not one Israelite
but
group.
I don't never see y'all teaching. I see you guys
Let me
arguing,
no,
debating, fighting.
let me say what I said, and then you can respond. There's not one Israelite group that's out there not teaching. Everybody got the Bible in their hand, and they out there letting everybody know the commandments.
Yeah,
And
that
there's
might be
nobody.
the goal,
They're not arguing with
but it
nobody
don't
because
happen.
nobody. They're not arguing with nobody because nobody else has anything good to say. At the end of the day, there is no
Yeah,
argument.
that's why it's all this
They
arguing
get
going
their
on.
heads cut off. All it is cutting off the head of a serpent. That's it.
No, it's a lot of yelling and fighting and arguing going on. That's all it is.
No, that's not. No, that's not. No, that's not. I go out there every week and I don't never yell, argue, or fight with anybody.
So
Because
you telling
Every
me
Bakersfield
week.
is
don't
small.
that,
That's why.
not happening?
No. Guess what? Even though it's small, it's dangerous though. It's
Hell
very
yeah, it's
dangerous.
dangerous. I know about that. I know.
And we go
Downtown is
out there and
horrible.
we go out there and we let them know. And we let them know that's why we got to be humble, patience.
And hopefully y'all
We
reaching some of the brothers down there
show
because they
some
could use
love.
a little bit of the Lord. But what I'm saying is, all I see mostly, I'll say mostly then, is people literally cussing y'all out, and then y'all end up going back and forth with the people that's cussing y'all out, the people that's destroyed, the people that don't have no knowledge.
No, to see, this is the
Oh, and
thing. When we
don't
run
let
into
some gay
when
lost
we
man walk up.
run
It's
into people,
over.
listen, this is what it is. When we run into people on the streets, they feel the need, they feel the courage to question and have conversations with us. But when they're in their synagogues, when they're in their churches, they don't ask their pastors or their leaders a damn thing. Why? Because they just sheep led to the slaughter. These people don't know nothing. They're foolish. So
Right.
Well,
when
I
we
will say this,
and
brother
we go,
Akmalak. I'm glad you watching Brother New Breed some of his streams and stuff. Because either way it go, the stuff that I do be, you know what I'm saying, putting you up on, I'm never gonna steer you wrong, little bro.
yeah, I know, yeah, I know. Yeah, that was that.
Yeah,
Hey, new, that's a cool brother right there. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. He a
That's cool.
cool, he a cool brother.
You got a powerful message. You got a powerful
For real.
message. Hey, y'all check out New Breed. Well, I forgot, to the world come or to the world end.
To the world
What he
over.
be talking about?
Oh yeah, to the world over. Yeah, New Breed to the world over. Yeah, what? Check him out. He's talking about a lot. You know what I mean? It's a powerful messages going around. And another thing, I wanted to there was a sister that I meant to address this. There was a sister that came on and she was trying to put another brother, an Israelite brother, on blast, saying that
What you
he's
say,
saying
New
he
Breed
was
to
like
the world?
she was trying to say that he was like trying to back up some weird stuff. You know what I mean? And I went to that brother's channel and I tried to find the video, and that wasn't even him. It was like somebody did a voiceover on one of his, like put a picture
Was
of
a
his
white man?
no, it was a black dude. It was a black
I'm
dude,
talking
like
about
it was
New
probably
Breed
like
and
black
Jesse
news.
Dog.
Oh
Huh?
no, it's in you breed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a white man.
No,
No,
and you breathe till
go
the
ahead.
world is over.
Hold on, man.
You gotta
And
type
you
all that
breed.
in.
Okay, I got In You Breathe In, and that white man came up with a good talk and a shotgun.
It's Who the World Is Over. Put that in, all that in there.
Till the world is over.
Yeah.
Till the world over, yeah.
Till the world over. Okay, yeah, cause he need to do something about his name, cause when you put in New Breed, a white guy pop up. Outlaw
he
Nation.
did
Yeah,
on
no, that's what I
purpose.
told Jasmine. That's what I told Jasmine at first. I was like, hey man, I got some white dudes. You know, hey, no, that's what these Edomites do, man. When there's something powerful going on, man, they gonna counteract that. So they gonna counteract that. They gonna come up with something. I mean, just like the Black Panthers. When you look at Black Panthers now, you ain't gonna find no black people with they fist up. First thing you gonna see is that damn dude in that damn Black Panther suit, man.
Man.
I got me a new
They be
I got
covering the
new
faces of the judges
motherfucking
thereof.
why you ain't saying the shit with Regina King? It's called it's on Netflix. I got admit the nigga that play Bad Reed, that my new superhero. Fuck T'Challa.
Oh, you talking about the Harder They Fall?
The Harder They Fall. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Them folks took the Western.
You know what though? Hey, at the end of the day, when the whole I want to go back about 30 minutes ago with the whole Chris situation. I should have never even brought up history into it, and it would never even been about. If I would have just
You got a Chris, nigga.
No, I ain't scared of Chris.
Yes, you will.
No, Chris
At
won't
the end
debate
of the
me
day,
in
y'all,
that Bible.
I fuck with
Chris will give me. I'm not gonna lie. Chris will probably give me. Chris will give me on the historical debate. Chris won't give me on the Bible.
Jamie, have you joined the league?
Period.
If you have debate,
I can't debate Akmalak. He's too passionate. Is Ruth an Israelite?
Yeah. Why?
Okay, never mind. See, I can't. That's what I say. I can't debate Akmalak. He's too passionate about things. I can't do it. I'll lose. Hey, but just in case I do, I'm letting y'all know now. If I do join, I've been watching. I've been taking notes on what everybody does, how y'all debate, and what y'all be saying. So I just might. But anywho, I got to get my butt to bed. At the end of the day, I fucked with y'all. I fucked with y'all's information, and I got love for y'all. So
have a good night, Mr. and Mrs. Henson. Y'all have a good night.
All right, now y'all take care.
Shalom.
Blessings. Shalom.
You got Cold Wicked in the building, though.
Saga Fed, what's happening?
Nothing.
The Cold Wicked. When you gonna get some debate?
Where we get some of your money?
Who money?
Some of yours. You the one
what you got? What you got for us today?
NFTs and shit.
How much dollars you got for us today?
He know about NFT. He just don't want to talk to y'all about that shit, and that's why we need to get some of his money. How we get some of that NFT money? Cold Wicked.
I ain't got no NFT.
Oh man, I thought you had some NFT, man. I was trying to pick your pocket right quick, man. I thought you was already into it. Oh, that Malak with the NFT. That's why he got quiet and shit. One of you niggas got the money. I know one of you niggas is up on it. I know it. I already know it. One of you niggas.
What's NFT? What's that?
I'm gonna tell you like I told my mama earlier. I'm broke.
Oh shit! I know if you tell your mama that a nigga in the street ain't got nothing. Well, God damn, a bum might get hit.
Man, you better not even tell.
Nigga, I just told my mama I ain't had no money. Take the bum couple quarters.
After all your mama did for you, gonna tell her you broke. She took care of you your whole life until you got older.
Right, right.
Come on, man. I know Gold Mine and Suave ain't gonna let that slide. You gotta take care of your moms, man.
I'm broke.
I'm broke. And that just plain and simple.
Rest in peace to my mom. But if my mom was here and I had, like, I had to say, I had to make us some stuff. I got to wait till tomorrow for the bank to open us some. But if I had some cash, boy, give me that.
Don't get
Give
me
me
wrong. I
that.
take care of my dudes. I just be bullshitting.
Go, DJ, man. You know they got Zelle, man. You ain't gotta wait to the mall to the bank open, man.
No, but you got to you buy you belt. If you don't, if you don't, then all your nieces finna get their hair done with your money.
Hey, that's real though. That's real. They gonna break your pockets.
Yeah. With
Hey,
your
somebody
money,
bored.
Get all this stuff. Yeah, luckily, man. You know what I mean? I teach my kids and stuff. You know what I mean? To love their naturals. So when they
Yeah.
get older, they don't have those expensive habits to be getting fake hair and stuff like that, fake nails, none of that. You know what I mean?
You got a boy? You got a boy?
Yeah, I got boys.
Man, your kids
You
ain't
took him
got
to
no
the
nappy
barber
head.
shop?
Hey, who background that is?
I ain't. Who said
Your
they
kids
had
ain't
that?
got no nappy hair.
What?
Your kids
Somebody
ain't got no nappy hair.
background is
My
Borgin.
kids definitely got BBs.
I'm
No, they
saying,
don't.
but have you shown them about a barber shop yet?
Barbershop?
Yeah. Like, have you taken them to a barber shop before?
Well, in one of my sons, yeah.
Right. So when he get a certain age and he want to go fuck around with barbershops and shit, you know what I'm saying? He might be goddamn. He might not got. He might just persuade his other brothers to do the same thing. See, we
Nah,
finna get our haircut.
one of my sons, he ain't gonna cut his hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He dread hair forever. He down with the he down with the lock game.
Yeah, he gonna be locking. He gonna be
Man, that shit don't
cutting off
lock.
cutting off the locks.
Well, stop being
All
so
black,
hating.
all black people should lock.
Chop my lock.
Yeah, Suave is a super hater. Why you hate on these people, man? What's up with you? I guarantee you got a couple of mixed homies. I guarantee you, and I guarantee you'll be running your mouth like this too.
Done.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about
Exactly.
it.
So why you feel so comfortable about talking about some niggas behind their back then? Because that's all you talk about all niggas.
That's all y'all do, bro.
Why don't you let them know how you hate that they don't got nappy hair? Why don't you let them know how you hate that they got light skin?
Smart, Akmalak. Look how smart you is. You showing you real smart.
Why? Why you saying that?
You showing you real smart. Ask questions and then just keep talking.
Okay, go ahead and explain yourself then.
I got better shit.
Sean can't even breathe.
Oh, you know you wrong. That's why. That's why. You better stop hating on your brothers, man. Accept your people. Love them.
How am I hating on them by not making?
Teach them not to do what you don't like, which is mixing.
So you telling me you got to make everybody black to not be hating on them?
You gotta make everybody black. They already black, bro. You can't tell. You ain't gonna tell your light skinned homies they ain't black.
You go being smart again.
They
Let me
light skin and
see you
sensitive,
go
though.
with one of your homies right there that's light skinned, and let me see you tell them they ain't black. You ain't black. He gonna look at you like you're crazy. He gonna ask you, where did this come from?
So you telling me I gotta call white people children black to make them comfortable, or I'm hating?
No, it's not just a white person's child, though. What are you talking about? You can't just say
but
white people's children. You can't say, oh, I gotta tell white people's children. It's not white people's children.
I'm talking to the white person. I'm talking to the white person about the child they produce, and I'm saying it's not black. And you telling me I'm hating?
No, okay. You're gonna tell the white person that their kid ain't black? When did you do that? When have you ever went to a white person that had a kid with a black person and told them, hey, your kid ain't black? No, the only thing I see you doing is coming to black people telling them their kids ain't fucking black.
What is your point? Are you challenging me to do it and not having a conversation?
Oh, no, I'm telling you, you don't do it. You just tell black people. You don't go to white people because you say you're talking to the white person. And I'm telling you that you don't go to white people.
Who talks?
You ain't gonna let.
How does this conversation come up in general? Like, I don't be around people that have open discussion. I'm going to and from places. Now I'm talking to the point that you said I'm being a hater because I'm not calling mixed people black. Like, what is wrong with them being mixed? Like, you get some type of gift because you black.
What's their
Like,
race,
here's
bro?
your $1 million.
If there's a mixed person, right, and they're in the hood with us or in our neighborhood, if they're with us, what are they considered, bro? What race
They're
are they
considered
considered?
mixed. They're
No,
considered
is
mixed.
there such thing as a mixed race?
Yes, there's a such
There.
thing
So,
as
okay,
Yeah,
under the
them
five races,
motherfuckers be mixed. They ain't got
okay,
always
under the
be mixed,
five
but black
races,
people
there's 5 races, right? Can you name the 5 races right now?
there's a term called an accepted term called mixed race. That's what
Can you
they are.
name
They're
the 5
mixed
races
races.
right now?
Well,
Akmalak,
who
you
the
don't be
hell is that
knowing what I'm
snoring,
Negro,
saying.
bro?
They're called mixed
Ungloid.
race, bro. Mixed race is what they're called.
No, I'm just asking you one question. Can you name the 5 races right now?
You go for
Akmalak,
it.
there is a thing called mixed race. When you have a white parent and a black parent, or an Asian parent and a white parent, or an Asian parent and a black parent, that's called
Fact.
mixed race.
No,
Fact.
there's not. Listen. There's
They're
no way.
mixed, bro. They're mixed,
There's
bro.
no way.
Akmalak, I really
And
don't
there's
feel
no
like
way
playing
where
with
you
you.
can fill out. Let me say this. Let me
I
respond
don't
to it.
feel
You
like
been
letting
getting
you
beat up
act like
all
you
night,
slow.
Akmalak.
I don't
How
feel
am I
like
gonna be up
letting
in
you
here?
act like
Hey,
you
let me
slow.
respond, DJ. Look at him. He going
Man, I
crazy.
don't feel. I said I don't feel like letting you act like you slow and you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm tired of y'all niggas having conversations like that. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's a mixed race. You heard it before. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't go to no elementary question. Stand with that. If you cannot press back against that, die. But don't play retarded and
I'm
slow. Be
pressing
like,
back.
oh, duh.
I'm pressing back, bro.
Okay,
You just don't like
okay.
the way I'm pressing back. You don't like the angle I'm
No,
coming
I'm
from.
not.
That's it.
No,
That's why you
no.
stopping
You're
me from
playing
talking.
retarded.
No,
You're
I'm
playing
not.
retarded. You're
Uh-uh.
ignoring. You're
I'm not.
ignoring. You're ignoring what I'm saying. Meaning you're not pressing back against it and
No,
trying to put me.
I already acknowledged that they were mixed, bro. I already acknowledged that they were mixed. But I'm telling you
Okay,
one
then.
more. I'm gonna ask you one more time. When a mixed person, okay, so we can get past the mixed part, is in a mixed black and white person or a mixed black anything. If a mixed black and Chinese person is in our neighborhoods with us and experience our culture in our in our society, are they not considered black?
No, they could. I mean, they consider black by people that just drive past and don't care to ask what their genetics
Mixed
are.
with, right?
Sure, but
No, no,
that's
no, no, no,
people
no, no.
that's.
That's a lie.
Hold on,
That's
hold
a
on.
lie.
Don't
No,
cut me
because we
off.
already
Don't
can
cut me
see.
off. Don't cut
We
me
can see
off. Don't
that
cut
they're
me off.
mixed.
Don't cut me off, man. But that's calling them black out of ignorance. Once they discover
Mm-mm.
they got a mixed parent, once they find out that they're a mixed breed, they're gonna be called mixed, bro. It's nothing to talk about, man.
That's
Like, the shit not
another.
offensive.
Hold on. One
Y'all
more
just
time,
like the
Not to them, it
cracker,
ain't
bro.
offensive, right?
bro.
Y'all
No,
just yeah, they trying to play
you like
victim.
this is crazy. You know, at the end of the
How?
day, one more time, I'm gonna say it one more again. We already know mixed people when we see them, and when we see mixed people, we still call them black, no matter if
No,
they're
we
mixed
don't.
or not.
You call
Yes,
them
we
black because
do.
you don't care about black. You call them black
Yeah,
because
no,
you would
no,
make
I do
babies with
care
other
about black.
races and call them black. Okay, then.
Oh,
I
so
do
So
you
care
a
about black.
Borgia, bro.
Me, Bogan?
That's
Your
Akmalak
microphone
breaking.
is distorted as hell.
Oh shit.
That's
I
what I
don't hear
keep
nothing. He
wondering.
sound cool to me.
No, it really sounds like it's Borgy, bro. Like it's like like an airy sound from my phone. Like it
That's
sounds
you.
airy. Like
Yeah, it go in and out. I hear it going in and out too, but
Oh, I
it's
got my
clear somewhere.
AirPod in. I don't hear it.
because
But
it had
yeah,
like an
man, you
echo.
can't just do
The
that,
echo
bro.
kind of stopped now, but it's like it was echoing. That's why I was like, "Where is that sound coming from?" But then somebody's snoring.
Snoring.
Some I hear that
Somebody's
too, just
snoring.
not. That's Moonflower. She sleep.
Yeah. Let the
Okay, my
sister sleep
bad.
in peace.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna keep playing with y'all about this shit, man. Y'all act like y'all too sensitive to have the conversation. If you have a white parent but and a black parent, you're mixed, bro. It's simple as that. You can't just say they black because then when somebody got two black parents, you just tell them fuck you.
Right.
Fuck you. That don't mean shit. And then you got
Okay.
somebody with two white parents, they white. Two white parents, they white.
Two black parents, they black. One white parent, one black parent, they black too. Like niggas scared to tell these crackers get your kids. Nigga,
No,
they
hold on. Okay,
mixed.
now, hold on. Let me ask you this one question. One
I'm gonna
question.
just went in, man.
If
Don't leave that alone though, Malak.
if who, huh?
I
What you
said,
say?
hold your went in. Don't leave it alone. Y'all be just going any places.
Hey,
Go back to what Swamp was talking about.
Swamp, if a mixed person has a baby with a black person, what is their baby?
He did.
Black.
How's their baby black?
Because both their parents got black in them.
A mixed person has black in them.
I know that's why if they have a baby with a black person, their baby will be black, but they're mixed.
But
Right.
don't the baby that the mixed person or the black person still have white in them?
After his series of questions, well,
You
I
said
hope you
what?
remember what you said and
Don't
said it.
don't the baby that came from the mixed person and the black person have white in them?
Yes, but so does the black person. Everybody got
Wait,
some
wait,
white
wait,
in
wait.
them.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. So does it matter if you got white in you or not? I mean, do you being black have anything to do if you got white in?
Yes,
Does black people have white in them?
yes.
Okay, are black people that got white in them black?
Not all of them.
No, not
Wait,
really.
your logic ain't adding up, bro. Your logic ain't adding up. Because you can
That's a
say,
lie.
no, you're saying, like, you can be black and have white in you, but then you're saying, if you got a white mama, if your mama white, you ain't black. Or if your dad white, you ain't black. That's BS, bro. No, it's off the
Man, listen, Akmalak. Just admit you want to fuck non-black girls and leave me the fuck alone.
No, bro, I
That's all
just
you
beat
gotta
you.
do.
No,
Leave me
bro,
the fuck alone.
I just beat your
No,
whole
it's
thing.
not.
Like,
You
you just got
didn't
beat.
ask to conflict.
You ain't
Listen,
gonna
you
give me my
didn't ask.
flowers.
You didn't ask a conflicting question, bro. At no point in time did you ask a
I
question that
said
even
that your logic was BS by showing that
you're
you are
lying.
confused. You're confused. You saying that black people are white. Black people got white in them. And I said, okay, does that determine if you're black or not? So if you got white in you, are you still considered black? You said it determines. It determines on what?
I said it depends.
What does it depend on?
Okay, there you go, Goofy.
All
Your
right.
job isn't done. It
What?
depends on to what fashion you got white in you. Like if you got white in you because if you got white in you because one of your past ancestors is white, and when you take a test and say you 12% European, I could get that. But when you're standing here with a white father or a white mother, it doesn't matter about your genetics.
Oh,
You're
so
mixed.
the percentage. So the percentage of white that you have
No,
in
it's not. I didn't
you
say it
just
was a
said,
percentage.
okay,
I
so the
didn't.
black
You a
person.
fucking bro. Stop listening to what I say and stop fucking playing with me. I said it depends on how you acquired the whiteness within you. If it's because you have a past ancestor that's white, cool, cool. But if
What you
both
said,
your
12%,
parents,
right?
if both, no, listen,
You just
bro.
said it's a black person
Listen,
has
bro. Listen to
12%.
what.
Yeah, listen.
Listen to the part of the sentences you fucking need to listen to have this conversation with me, bro. And stop just trying to find anything that you think you got some knowledge on. I just use that as an example. My point is this. If you have white in you because you haven't answered as white, you can still be black today. But if you have a white parent, if you're a direct descendant of a white person, you cannot be black. You could be mixed at most. That shit is simple, bro. Stop fucking playing with shit.
Okay, and let me ask you one more time. Is a mixed person in a black when a mixed person and a black person has a baby, is it their baby mixed?
Man, Yashar, man, you been on my mind, bro. I was finna call you for real. I was finna call you yesterday.
Suave, is their
No,
baby
they
mixed or
baby,
not?
Oh,
no,
you
they
show
baby
up
not
on the
mixed.
panel. I thought he
No,
just switched on you.
no, they not mixed. The baby is
They-
black, bro.
okay,
Shalom.
so okay. This is
Where is Missouri?
So you say you can have 12% white in you and still be considered black. You said that if a
Yeah,
black person has some ancestry, you know what I mean, and you seen that he was 12% white, you wouldn't be tripping. You would still say he was black. So I'm gonna ask you.
yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a series of questions until I get, you know what I mean, the answer I want. So if a person's 13% white, are they considered black?
It depends on if they got a white parent or not.
I'm saying, okay, if they don't have a white parent, bro, I'm asking you this question. If a person is 13% white, I mean black, I mean, white, are they considered black?
If he has two black parents, yes.
Why don't you just answer the question, bro?
Because it's not the percentage that's determining it, bro. The percentage is just a random fact. That's what I'm saying. You slow. You're not listening to the part of the sentence that's determining whether they black or not. You just heard a percentage and
All
went
right, let me hear
crazy.
this. Hold on. If you have 13% salt, what?
We are
80,
not salt. Fuck
87,
you.
87% pepper.
Blackness
If you
is
have
not
salt and
salt.
pepper,
Fuck you.
if you
I
have
am not a
answer,
seasoning.
if you have no,
Racists
answer
are
the
not
question.
seasoning.
Hey, see you.
Racists are not seasoning. Racists are not seasoning.
No,
Fuck
you
you.
didn't answer this in this question. You didn't, when I asked you this question in our debate, you didn't answer it that way. So I'm
Racists
asking.
are not
You
seasonings.
said it was mixed, bro. You said when I asked you this question in the debate, you said that it's mixed. You said when you mix two
Bro,
things, two seasonings, it's no longer that seasoning. It is mixed. So I'm trying to go with
okay.
I'm trying to go with
Okay
your
then.
logic. How much pepper do I need for pepper to be pepper?
100%.
So anybody outside of 100% black is not black then.
I don't know what you're talking about. I said people are not seasonings. What makes pepper and what makes salt is not what makes black and white. You're an idiot.
Yeah,
Stop.
black makes black, white makes white.
No
If you
shit.
mix black and white, you no longer have black or white. You have mixed,
No
and that's
shit,
going to be
idiot.
mixed. That's going to be
No
mixed.
shit. Thank
No
you.
matter what,
Thank you.
all
Thank
the
you.
way down. No matter what, no matter if that mixed person mixed with a black person, they baby is going to be mixed according to your logic. Then, and then that baby
Sure.
that they have, no.
Sure.
All right
Sure.
then. Let's hope
If
that you
that
know.
if that's how you want to
What's your logic?
if that's how you want to look at it, sure. Yes, everybody's mixed. Nobody is a pedigree any longer. White people are mixed. Asian people are mixed.
Oh, so get off
Nobody.
black people. So get off of mixed people.
No, I'm not on mixed people, you idiot. I'm loving
You mixed
black
too.
people, and you met. You're
You're
telling
not black though.
somebody.
You're
You're
not black.
telling.
You're
Now
Nah,
mixed.
listen to
he was
what you telling me.
respecting. He was
Just to sleep
respecting
with these
mixed
white
folk.
hoes, you tell. Hold on. Just to get
You're
some
mixed,
good
bro.
pussy,
You're
you telling
mixed.
me I'm not black.
Accept it.
Just
You're
to
not
fuck
black.
white
You're
hoes,
mixed.
you telling me I'm not black.
No,
Just to fuck
according to
white
your
hoes.
logic, you just said
Just
everybody
to
was
have
mixed.
just
You
to
just
have
said
babies
everybody
by
was
white
mixed.
bitches. Just to have baby by white bitches, you telling me I'm not black. That's what you doing.
No, that's a lie. You're not black because
That
according
it
to
ain't a
your logic,
lie.
you
You're
just
trying to
said
make it
everybody's mixed.
convenient. You're
Are you
trying to
mixed?
make it
Or are you black?
convenient. You're trying to make it convenient for you
Are you
because you
mixed? Or are
have
you black?
babies by non-black women.
Are you
That's
mixed or are you
what
black?
you're doing. I'm
Are you
black.
mixed?
I'm
So
black.
is everybody mixed?
What the fuck? Akmalak, stop asking these dumb ass. I'm black, bro. I'm
Or
black,
is
bro.
everybody? You said everybody was mixed. Or why are you're mad because I'm making you eat your own words? Is
No,
everybody mixed?
no. I'm not mad. If I was mad, I would just kick you off. I'm running thin with patience with you because you have conversations like a child and an idiot.
No, because I ain't have no conversation. I'm
And the
beating your stuff.
basis on which you acting stupid for, that's leading to piss me off. Cause it's like all you doing is just trying to legitimize having sex with non-black people, bro. And all I'm
No,
trying to
I
do
didn't. No, I'm
is
not. No,
love black
I'm letting
people.
you know that mixed people are still black. That's all I'm letting you know. I'm not saying
Okay, Akmalak.
go
Okay,
sleep with
Akmalak.
go sleep with a white person.
Are mixed people still white?
Yes, there's some mixed people that's white. Yes.
So now when you have a human that's both black and white, you that much of an idiot?
No, it depends
Man, I'm done. I'm
if a
done
mixed
with this
person
conversation, man. You really gonna make me do something, bro.
if a mixed person is experience with white culture and it's around their society, that's white, bro. They're gonna grow up white. And if a mixed person is in the black
That nigga said they gonna grow up
in
white.
black society, they're
Y'all,
gonna
oh
grow
my
up
god,
black, bro. Period.
you stupid, bro.
No,
You
you
stupid as shit.
okay. No, you're stupid.
Man, you stupid, bro.
No, I'm not. You are.
You dumb, bro.
Look it up though. What I'm saying is that everybody
That's
people's race is
bullshit, man.
determined off the culture
Bro,
and
just go
the
fuck your
society.
Mexicans, bro.
People's
Just go
race is
fuck your
determined
Mexicans. Just go
people's
fuck your
race
Mexicans.
is
Just go
determined
fuck
off
your
the
Mexicans.
culture and society.
Just go fuck your
It's not
Mexicans.
determined on the color of your skin.
Just go fuck your Mexicans, bro.
People's race is
Just
not
go fuck your
determined
non-black
on
women.
culture. I mean,
Just
people's
go
race is
fuck your
determined.
non-black women, bro.
Okay, can I say this? People's race is
No,
determined.
just go fuck your non-black
Can I
women.
say this without
Just
you
go fuck your
interrupting me,
non-black
bro?
women.
Can I say
No,
this
just go
without?
fuck your non. No, cause you're lying. Cause you're lying
No,
and
I'm
you're
not.
wrong. You're lying
Just
and
tell me.
you're
Okay,
wrong.
let me finish
Just
and then tell
go
me. All
have
right.
your mixed babies, bro,
No,
and
let
call
me
them black.
finish and then
Just go have
tell me,
your mixed
bro.
babies by white people and
Why
let
you
these
trying
white
to?
people say
Why you
that their
trying to?
children are black. Let white
Why you
people say that
trying?
they black children are the black leaders of the black race.
Why you so triggered?
Go make mixed babies with white women and let these white people tell you that their kids are the leaders of the black race. That's what you do. We don't even gotta
Why?
have this
Why are
conversation.
you so triggered? Why you so triggered?
Why
Why can
is
I?
that? Why is that your interest? Why is that
Can
your
I,
interest?
finish? Cause you.
Instead of engaging the information, you just want to act like I'm triggering and act like you finna embellishing it.
I am.
But
You're
you
not
ignoring
engaging
the
in
information.
information. I'm trying to bring out some information, and you're ad homing. So, like I said,
Nobody's ad homing.
listen.
I didn't call you out your name.
I'm trying to tell a fact.
I
I'm trying
didn't
to tell a
call you
fact.
out your name. That's
People.
not a fact. That's not
Okay.
a fact.
Okay. Well, debunk it once I tell it. People are not determined by the color of their skin. All right.
No
People
shit.
are determined by their society and the culture.
You're an
Period.
idiot. You're an
I'm,
idiot. You're an
okay.
idiot.
Whatever.
People are made up of multiple factors, you fucking moron. It's not just your genetic, it's not just your culture.
I
You
said it's your
stupid,
society.
bro.
You determine somebody's race by the society and the
You
culture that
stupid as
they
hell, bro.
abide by, bro. That's what it is. If you don't want to, if you can debunk it, debunk it. If you can't, sit back and learn something.
Man, I just did.
Yeah, I know.
You stupid.
No,
All
you
just to
stupid.
have mixed babies. Also, you
Why,
feel better
why
about
don't you?
having mixed
Hey,
babies.
why don't you just beat up my information instead of ad homing it?
Man, I
Prove
already did.
that what
I
I just
already
said
did.
was not a fact. How do you determine somebody's
I
race?
already did.
Can
Ask
I
the
add to
question.
the conversation?
How do you determine somebody's race, Suave?
You determine somebody race by their biological makeup and the society that they in.
Hey, can I add to the conversation?
Yes,
Heck yeah,
sir.
what's
What's
up?
good with you, big dog?
Man, it's all good. Now, if I was to throw science in the mix, you know what I'm saying, with the conversation, right? I
Man,
can
just
say,
fall on, man. Where you been, man? What I do,
Man, I've
man?
just
You
been
ain't been
chilling, man.
fucking with me.
Nah, it ain't even been that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been jumping around a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? I just been chilling, man, to get my mind back together. I lost my auntie, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really been
Damn.
on it like that.
I'm sorry to hear that,
I
man.
just, I just got a fire lit back, so you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to get back in the thing.
Okay, that's what's up. My bad for cutting you off, bro. Go ahead. You said if you was bringing science into it.
Yeah, so like, when I look at my DNA, my DNA says that uh, I got European, I got African, I got West Indies. You know what I mean? I got all of that. But when it gets down to my place of origin, it X's out. You know what I'm saying? The European, the Spain, the German, Italy.
Damn.
It X out all of that, right? My place of origin. But it says that I got all of that in me. You see what I'm saying? So what do I do? Do I go off of my place of origin, or do I add all of that in me and then I just say, well,
Well, I mean, if you literally asking, what I'm saying is if those things are still intact, you get in touch with them. If they're not intact, that's what I say. Put you in the category as black, right? And it's like if you got that much information on your heritage, I advise you to dwell into all of them. You know what I'm saying? See what's up with all of them. But as far as what you could use right now and what you move as to today, I think that's determined by, just not those factors that, you got all of these different type of cultures in you, you know? I think you really just got to be honest with yourself and look at, a specific certain amount of things. If you got all these things in you, um, if you get to a certain point, let's say, you're a little closer to the Latin side, people embrace that. Whichever one they got, whichever one is more politically beneficial. Sometimes people use that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a few factors that go into it. It's a few factors that go into it. And then it just inert energy. You know what I'm saying? Which ones you just click with? Like, damn. Before I even knew I was that, I was like, you know, on that type of shit. That's how I look at it. Oh shit, you fell off.
You said that. So you say you identify somebody's race by their biological and their social. What you said?
Yeah.
You said that. So you say you identify somebody's race.
It's made up by your biological makeup and the system that the land that you in is under. Like in America, I'll be black. In Africa, I will be a certain tribe or a certain territory. In Europe, I'll be black. It just depends on where you go.
Wait.
In Asia,
How
huh?
would you be black? So black people in Europe aren't Europeans?
I'm saying me personally.
Okay,
If
if
I
you was
if I
black,
if I went to Europe, if I went to Europe, I would still call myself black. If I went to Africa, I would have a name that they utilize over there because they don't really use black and white. You know what I'm saying? They want to be specific. You
no,
feel
hold
me?
on. Let me ask you this question. Suave. If you lived,
What? What? You breaking up?
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if you heard my answer or not, but what I was saying to your question is if you really have in-depth information connecting you to those cultures, I would get with all of them. I would definitely, what I'm saying, go into all of them and know who I am. As far as on some local shit, you know what you biologically made of. If you could find an attachment to that and utilize it, I encourage you to. And some like if you find out that you got a lot of Latin in you, and you got like you find real Latin family. I'm not mad at somebody, you know what I'm saying, embracing that and saying, shit, this is what I am. I don't think that compromise is what this is about. You know what I'm saying? But a lot and sometimes people use just what's politically beneficial, you know. But yeah, like I said, man, I would try to learn about all of them. But I think no matter what, uh,
in most cases with us, we gonna find out like, damn, okay, yeah, we are black because even though we are mixed with these different things, this history has been destroyed. You know what I'm saying? We come from tribes and metropolitans in Europe and Africa that no longer exist. So it's like that's kind of what makes you black, you know, because you don't really got the information you need. But once you find out the history of them people, I'm not mad at you and embracing them. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah, I just the way that I looked at it, because like the way that they got it broke down when it come down to the history part of it, I mean science part of it, it's like
Uh,
they give you they give you this particular country, right? But you have all of these different countries, right? That they try and connect to you, but it don't have anything to do with your place of origin, right? So then
mhm.
that's what I use to narrow my search down. You know what I'm saying? I'll deal with where they're talking about my place of origins is, right? Which would be west coast of Africa, and the heaviest part is West Indies, so they call it, right? So
Mhm.
I'll start there, right? And just dealing with that for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? If I was to go about it the way that you speak on it, that's what I'll be doing. I would never have time to get to the European part. You know what I'm saying? Because what my place of origins is so rich with history that we ain't even tapped into yet. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like the way that y'all, you know what I'm saying, the way that he went about debating it, you know what I'm saying? Okay. But you know what I mean? Like if y'all went about it that way with the science, and then you threw that in there and you showed it up, and you showed that, it'd be hard to go against that, man, because even within that, it's telling you that you're not mixed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how I see it. Because if I was mixed, then I would have a place of origins in Germany, Spain,
Mhm.
Europe. You feel me? Like all over the place. But it's not like
Yeah. Yeah.
Akalak.
I can't. Uh, yeah, I can't really fuck with the genetic shit because, like, to me, if you don't got a like a port of origin for the original marker, you know what I'm saying, and who those people was, to me, you could really kind of paint a picture of whatever you want because people have traveled back and forth and mixed and this and that. And white people went into black areas and black people went into white areas. So, they'll be telling you you part European or part African, and that's not true because that person migrated into Africa or Europe and they just haven't found the evidence of them migrating there. They just have the evidence of them popping up there. I just, I try to consider it, but I can't get past that fact. I know that you could show similarities between people. I'm not mad at that, but kind of the tracing people and connecting them to, and I'll admit I am somewhat ignorant of it. That's why I don't get no pushback against it. But I'm fine, being black. Like I said, like whatever we was, bro. Uh, they didn't get it right. They didn't get it right. Nobody's gotten it right. So whatever we did, however we got here and disconnected from who we was and this and that, man, I just say,
Now,
I feel a few ways about it, but basically, it, we got a chance to be a new people, man.
now check
And
this out,
get it
Squad.
right.
Have you ever
Uh,
have you ever have you ever checked out the climate in Africa, right?
uh,
Now, what's crazy to me, right, is how they say, heat rises, right?
uh,
Okay, if it rises, right? and the cold settles at the bottom, then that means that South Africa should be hotter, right? Because according to, you know, how they view it, it's supposed to be, I guess, below the equator. You know what I'm saying? And what else is supposed to be? Hey. According to the picture, right? I'm looking at the map. The climate, it says South Africa is basically cooler than North Africa, and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Even though sometimes they paint the picture as South Africa is this hot, you know what I'm saying, desert out, you know what I'm saying, place, when it's not that. This is why, you know what I'm saying, the pale skin, you know what I'm saying, resides in South Africa the way that they do, in great numbers. You would think that they would, you know, be closer to Europe, so that they'd be more in Northern Africa. Well, nah, because it's too goddamn hot up there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when you go all the way around, like you look at Northern Africa to Central Africa, and you go from east to west, all that's hot, bro. All that's hot. They can't be there. They can't live there. That's why they don't be there like that in great numbers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking at it like, yo, even with these people talking about mixing, right? When I look at my DNA, I don't have no relations to nothing in South Africa. You know what I'm saying? Everything is in East, Central, West, Northern Africa. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when I look at America part, it's only in certain parts. Like I say, the West Indies, right? Nothing in Mexico, right? Nothing in Canada. And then it go right to, like, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was Mississippi, but it's not Mississippi area. It's more or less like Arkansas. What's next to Arkansas? Is Oklahoma next to Arkansas?
Yeah.
So it's like right up in that area, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know what I'm saying, my marker ends up, like my last marker ends up. You feel me? And I'm like, yo, that's where my family is. You know what I'm saying? Like all in that area. You know what I mean? Like from my granddad on my dad's side to my grandmother on my mom's side. You feel me? And then when I look at my granddad, he more down in Louisiana. You feel me? French Quarter. So man, it's just like I look at all of that, and I don't say that I'm mixed. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't look at it like that.
I mean, yeah, no. Like I said, man, genetically we're mixed, culturally we're black. I mean, it's two different classification things.
You said culturally?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes.
There you go, man.
Genetically,
You using my things, man. I said it. You're determined.
Akmalak, it is what it is, bro. You're a desperate person, bro. You need.
It's not desperate, bro. It's not desperate. I'm not desperate, bro. I just want you to think, bro.
Stop yelling. Calm down. Stop yelling. Stop yelling.
I ain't yelling, bro. I ain't yelling, bro. Not yelling.
All right, you kind of was. You kind of was. You bringing it down. You bringing it down. You getting better. You good.
I'm talking low on purpose. This is how you want me to talk?
No, I'm just saying that first part that you was doing was yelling.
Okay.
You calmed it down a couple of levels. You took it down a couple of levels. Go ahead.
So this is what I'm saying, Suave. You are determined. Your race is
That
determined.
don't make you right, bro. Just say what you gotta say. Don't be no asshole about that.
Your race is determined by your culture, your soul, the society that you in, bro. Period. It's not determined off the color of your skin or if you mixed or
That's what
not.
I said, bro.
It's determined off the race and the cultural. I mean, the social and cultural experience.
No, not the social experience, the social environment. Over
Social.
here, you're black. Over here, you're black. In other places of the world, you will be classified as other things.
No,
But
you.
right now, you're black.
That's a lie. In other places, no matter where I go, I will still be considered black. No matter.
Bro, you have
Listen,
no culture.
my mom. Check this out. My mom, she's with somebody that's a Kenyan. He don't call her a Kenyan. She black. He still differentiates or differs. There's a difference between the Kenyans and the blacks.
No
So
shit. No shit. But if you go to Africa, you will be considered colored. No, you will be considered. Yeah, I think it's colored.
is
I
colored
don't
is
know.
black.
But all I'm saying is that in certain parts of Africa, like South Africa, in the case of like Trevor Noah, no, he's a mixed person. He got a white parent and a black parent. He's called colored. He's called a colored. People with two black parents are called black. So if you go there, um, it's a chance that you might not be called what you're called over here, bro. It's some type of different class system, and then a lot of brown skinned people that you would call black or mixed are classified as white in some territories. They're under the classification of white. But if you just looked at him, you would be like, that's an Indian dude, or that's a Cuban dude, or he looked like he mixed with Indian and black or whatever the fuck. Like, yeah, bro. But here,
All right, I think this is where we are conflating. I think it's just mainly me. At the end of the day, I already know, or I think you think that I'm not saying that these people aren't mixed. I know that they're mixed. I'm not saying that they're not both black and white. I'm just saying when it comes to determining their race, you gotta go with the society and the culture. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't going.
I already said they mixed, bro.
You're not finna sit up and say no white person made a black baby, bro. Can't no white person make no black baby. That white person gonna put white in that baby, just making it.
No, I'm saying no. He makes it mixed. I know. I said that. I agree. Now we're gonna continue to move forward. So when it comes to determining these people's race, we would have to say, or we would have to determine these people's race by the culture and the society that they're in, bro.
No, we don't. No,
yes, we do.
If a mixed person, what culture? If you drop a white person off in the hood, if you drop a white person off in the hood, that don't mean they black because they grew up in a black environment, bro. They're a white person that grew up in a black environment, a mixed person that grew up in a black environment, a mixed person that grew up in a white environment, a black person that grew up in a white environment. All of these things are okay to say, bro. You don't have to be elementary with it. And when that child sit down and mark them boxes, that motherfucker gonna mark African American and that motherfucker gonna mark Caucasian.
No, what do mixed people mark? What do mixed people mark? What's going on, Battle Axe?
I'm assuming they mark black and white.
No. Mixed people mark on their thing and they're forced to do it too. A lot of them are forced to do it. Mark black.
Man, you ain't got no source that they forced to mark black.
Man, what you talking about?
Bro.
I know somebody that's mixed, and when they was kids, their mom was white, and their mom tried to make them feel out white, and the white people came and told them she is not allowed to put that they're white. She has to put that they're black because they are black.
She could put that they mix. She could put that they mix. No, they're not gonna let her put it there.
There's no mix. There's no mixed category.
Ain't no mixed in prison. Shit, what are you talking about?
And you gonna mark white, you gonna mark Caucasian, and you gonna mark African American.
You can mark two things.
You can mark two things.
No, you can't do that shit in prison.
Yeah, you can't. Oh yeah, but like I said, man, you can't be marking two things in prison, man. You can only choose to be
Man,
one
tell
or
that
the other.
nigga go try. Tell that nigga go try right now.
In prison, you can only be one thing.
That's
When
right.
you go to prison as a mixed person, you can't go with the whites.
Nope.
Bro,
You
who
cannot go with
gives a
it.
fuck?
You are
Who
considered
gives a
black. No,
fuck?
okay. Don't. It's
Prison does
not
not
prison.
define my prison does not define my culture. Take your ass to jail and
Prison
eat
is
you
a
some ramen noodles,
microcosm
nigga.
of reality, though.
Yeah,
It's a microcosm of reality. It is.
A
facts.
microcosm of reality in a
Yes, it
controlled
is.
environment. In
This
a
is a controlled
controlled
environment.
environment. In a
Are we
controlled
not in control?
environment.
Are we not in a
Yeah,
controlled
black,
environment?
but black people are in control of the environment in there.
When shit hits the fan. When shit hits the fan and shit gets real,
Man, listen, man, just go get your mixed
then you
babies.
can, then you
No,
can
Go
see
get your
who
mixed babies, bro.
you
Leave them
heard that,
alone.
and that's real. When shit hits the fan and everything gets real, mixed people are gonna be rolling with blacks.
That's right.
That's a fact.
And you're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar.
Liar.
You're a fucking liar.
That's when you know you on that point. And you
Man, a lot of these, most of these mixed kids gonna grab their mixed parents and go to white
Hey, watch
refuge.
this. Watch this. All right, say all right. You know how we said the mixed person that has a baby with the black person. You know what I mean? They have a baby. They baby is black, right? So when that black baby looks at their grandma or grandpa, whatever is the white one, ain't they gonna say, "Hey, how am I black?" When my grandma or my grandpa is white? What you gonna
What?
say? Smoke? What you gonna say?
What?
What you gonna say when the baby that you said was black, right? You know what I mean? You said, okay, mixed people ain't black, mixed people ain't black at all. Okay, and I said, okay, if they have a mixed baby, if they have a baby by a black person, what is that baby considered? You said that baby's considered black. I say, okay, now, what if they look at their grandparents and see that they got a white grandparent? Then what you gonna tell them?
You're gonna tell them that one of their parents is black, the other one is mixed, and that's why they're black.
Okay, so it don't matter. See, that's what I'm saying, man. The mixed person is black, bro. That's all I gotta say. No matter what, you gotta say it.
Do what you wanna do, bro. Do what you wanna do, bro. Do
even
what you
during
wanna do,
slavery,
bro. You don't affect my motherfucking life, man. California gotta deal with y'all niggas, man.
Oh man,
shit, man. Mixed people with black. Y'all know.
Y'all scared as hell to talk to them white people like y'all men.
Everybody scared
Y'all
of white
accept. I
folks.
guess gay people black too. Huh?
The black ones are.
Yeah, I bet.
What are they? Okay, so now gay people ain't human.
and like I'm a
Mixed
state
people not black.
and you
Mixed
are
people
how
not
you
black.
act. Period. You are how you act. I'm
No, the
sticking
fuck
on
you
it.
not. So
Yes, I am.
you telling me Bruce Jenner is a woman? Cause he act like a woman.
You think Bruce Jenner is a woman? I think Bruce Jenner is a fucking abomination.
But he acts like a woman. But he
Why do you
acts
say
like a
he?
woman.
No, he don't.
RuPaul
To you, he act like a woman.
RuPaul acts
You,
like a
no, to
woman.
you, he acts like
See
a
what I'm
woman. To
saying?
me,
That's how much
no,
of a
you think
coward
he
you
acts like
are.
a woman. No, hold on.
Alright,
You
bro.
think he acts like a woman. I think he's
Alright,
abomination.
bro.
So you say
Alright,
that
bro.
Bruce Jenner is a woman, and I think he's
You
abomination.
can't never stand up. You can't never stand on what you say. You said people are
So
what
is
they
Bruce
act
Jenner a
like.
woman? Is Bruce
You
Jenner a
said they
woman?
are what they act like.
Okay, and
They
I'm saying
are
that
what they act like.
he acts like an abomination. I don't compare homosexuals to women. I compare homosexuals to abomination. You compare the homosexual to a woman. So you think that homosexuals act like women. I'm telling you,
Whatever you gotta do,
that's an
bro.
abomination.
Right, homosexuals do not act like
Whatever you
humans.
gotta do,
Yeah,
bro.
no, I don't know no homo that act like no woman.
Right.
I don't even mess with them.
Whatever retarded shit you gotta act like, bro.
So that's retarded, bro. So
Yeah, that's
like I said,
retarded.
you
To
okay?
sit
You
up
want to
here and
debate
act like
that? Are you?
to sit up here and act like there's not men today that's acting like women. You playing retarded just to have a point.
No, there's men today that's doing abominable things. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. It's abominable that they're acting like women, dummy.
They
No,
don't act
they
like
don't
women.
act like
abominable?
women, bro.
What
No, they don't
women do
act
they
like.
act
What do
like?
they? What
Okay,
do they act like? What they act like? What they act like?
like
Then?
abomination, like a faggot, bro. That's how they act. They don't act like a woman.
What? How do they act though? The whole fact that it's an abomination is because they're acting like women. That's what the
No, it's
abomination
not.
is.
No, bro. It's
Man,
that.
y'all niggas some liars, bro. On my mama,
It's not
y'all
that
niggas
they're
don't
acting
even
like. How
know
are they
about
acting like
life,
women?
bro.
Tell me. Okay, tell me how they acting like women.
By putting a wig on and eyelashes and heels and dresses and going out and getting breast implants and vaginas and changing their fucking voices and taking steroids. I mean, taking fucking hormone pills, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why y'all
That's
okay
not.
with being
No.
wrong?
That's not an act. That's not acting. That's not an
All right,
act.
bro. All right, bro. Okay, so, but Tupac acted like Bishop. Denzel Washington acted like a cop. But a dude that cuts his penis off, get breast implants, ain't trying to act like a woman. You
No, he
retarded, bro.
acting like an abomination, nigga. I don't care
You
what you talking
retarded,
about.
bro. Y'all niggas okay with being slow.
Yeah.
No, he said.
Well, I'm gonna let him go ahead and get this.
Oh, okay. All right. So, the homie up over here.
Yeah. Well, he can go ahead and get it.
Oh, okay.
Short ass.
Yeah, for real. Oh no. Oh no. 7. Oh, it's past 7.
No, unmute. Yeah, it's a 7.
No, I didn't say Sabbath. I said 7.
And that's what I said. Yeah, it's a 7.
No, is it 7 o'clock? Is it past 7? You know what I mean? My mind's racing right now. All right, then, Battle Axe. Baranatha. Shalom. Barakatha. Yeah, Swab, man. I don't know, man. I
I know
don't know.
you don't.
You don't say
That's
you.
the first
Okay,
thing you said all
wait, hold
night.
on. Hey, so you want to debate that? Oh, no, you agree then. So you agree that you are how you act.
No, you idiot.
Okay, do. Wait, okay, so you don't agree?
Yes, that was my whole point. Just because you act black don't make you black. You the one who said you are what you act like. That's why I fought back with it. Well, men who act like women, are they women? You
I
goofy.
say they're not. I say they're abomination. I don't compare them to women.
Man, did you get the point of what I just said, or did you get lost in the last sentence?
No, I can see why you tried to compare them to women, though.
No, I was. You retarded, bro.
No, I'm not,
That
bro.
shit
You were
crazy.
saying that
You
is where
just gotta.
makeup,
You just
hair,
gotta listen.
nails.
Hey, he
Shut
not.
up.
Hey, he
You
not
just
comparing them to
said.
women, bro. He not comparing them.
You just set up
Yeah,
and
he
said
is.
so suave. You said suave, so you said you are what you act like. I said no. And to prove it, I brought up the example that you said people are what they acted like. And I was saying no, if you act black, don't make you black. And I used the example of men acting like women to say that they not women. I was showing you that you were the one who said you are what you acted like. That was the point. Now, do you remember who said you are what you
Yeah,
acted
but you
like?
compare men to acting like women.
Damn.
I'm just saying that they're abomination.
Yes,
So
bro.
it's
Yes,
still,
bro.
I'm still thinking
They're
on they
they're an
you are how you
abomination.
act.
They're an
So
abomination because they're acting like women. Shut up. They're an abomination because they're
no,
acting
they're
like
acting
women.
like they're abomination because of their sect act, bro. That's why they're abomination.
What? So if they
They're
never had
abomination.
sex with a okay, so if a man never had sex with a man but just dressed like a woman, is that an abomination?
What do you mean, dress like
You
a
see what
woman?
I'm saying? Now you gotta
Like
be stupid.
put on a dress and
Y'all
makeup and
niggas
shit.
cowards,
That's
bro.
an
Put on
Y'all
a
niggas
abomination.
dress and
cowards,
makeup.
bro.
I would
Y'all
say
niggas cowards.
Tyler Perry. I would say Tyler Perry's a faggot.
You're a coward, bro.
Nah, don't use that word
No, it's time. Why? Why can't I use the word faggot?
because you're
You're a
gonna get
coward,
flagged,
bro.
bro.
Huh?
The
You're gonna
whole
get
point,
flagged,
the
bro.
whole point of it, the
No.
whole point of
I
it
got
is that you said it's the
uh,
sex act that's the abomination. I asked you if a man never had sex with another man but dresses like a woman, is that an abomination, Aquila? And you can't say
oh
yes
well.
because that means that you just killed yourself on your last point, and you such a coward, and
No,
you
hold
can't
on.
accept correctness.
Let me
No,
ask you this question,
no,
Swab.
I
Is
know.
Tyler Perry
Yeah.
is Tyler Perry gay?
To me, he is. Now, I don't know him personally
Why do you say he's gay? Because of how he dresses like a woman, right?
because he's successful in Hollywood.
All right, I'm gonna get off of it. I'm gonna back up. Back up. Oh shit. Still sticking on it. You are how you act. Period.
Okay, I hear that. So white people that act black is black.
Shit, they accept it culturally.
I'm just trying to get a yes or no about it, you big dog.
Hell no, man. I ain't even gonna be on no bullshit. No, I ain't gonna do that today. Hell no, they ain't motherfucking black. Nigga, this is white. Fuck. Oh shit. Ain't never gonna give me the same motherfucking white man is black. Shit.
Why is you offended at that? But then you asleep with a white person and say a white person
I
child
ain't never
is
slept
black.
with no white person. You lying. You
I didn't
bare
say
fucking.
you. I didn't say you did. I say you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, well, you asleep with a non-black person. You
No,
asleep with the
I
child
think
of a
you
white.
bullshit.
Hold on. You asleep with the child of a white person.
And create
You
a black
asleep
baby,
with this
right?
person.
And create a black baby, right?
That's not my
And
point. My
create a
point
black
is
baby, right?
my point is yes. My point
All right
is
then. I don't care about none of
why
that extra
my
shit you talking
point
about.
is I know you don't because you're finna die. My point is why are you acting like you got a problem with white people, but you asleep with their children,
And create a black baby.
but sleep
No,
with their
I got a problem
children.
with. I got a problem with. I don't got a problem with white people. I ain't never said I had a problem
Oh,
with
okay.
white people. I just said
All
I ain't
right.
finna call you white and black.
All right. You said it like hell. Shit.
I mean, I ain't gonna be like I can't do what Blue did in this debate. That nigga crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga died.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do it, nigga. I ain't
But you
doing it.
know you just proved that it don't matter what you
You
act
is
like.
yeah. I know. Whatever. I'll take that one. It ain't
All I
nothing.
know is I don't know no woman that acts like them faggots. Them faggots, they act like some other shit. I don't know what it is, but it ain't a woman. It's a sissy. A sissy and a woman is not the same thing at all.
Man,
They don't
y'all
act
just
nothing
wanna
like.
you just wanna get up here and lie too, huh?
I'm just saying, man. Like, you know damn well a faggot does not act like a woman. I ain't never met no woman that reminded me of a homosexual.
Man,
Yeah,
yeah, I got up out of there now.
yeah,
When
I
you
ain't
see
even
them
I hear
talking.
that.
homosexuals,
I ain't even talking
they just be
about
acting like some other shit. They act like I don't know what it is that they acting like, but
Man,
it's
Battle
just
man,
something
just
weird.
save it, bro. It ain't even no point in this conversation. What else y'all want to
Yeah,
talk about?
why don't you just have the conversation, Swab, man? We just get up, man.
Nah, bro, because y'all lying. Because you're sitting up
No,
here lying, bro.
you deal
No,
with
that's
that.
not a lie though. That ain't
Bro,
no lie.
whatever.
Homosexuals,
So you
they
telling
don't
me
act
if
like.
so you telling me if a dude dress up like a woman and get breast implants, he not acting like a woman?
No, he's not acting like a woman. He's trying to appear to look like a woman, but he ain't
That's
acting like one.
acting. That's
No,
acting.
no, no,
That's
because a
acting.
woman,
Battle wax. That's acting. If you're trying to
that's not
appear
acting.
as a cop, if I'm trying to appear as a cop, I'm acting like a cop.
No,
Stop
no,
being
no.
dumb. Bro,
If you want to
why do
appear,
y'all like being slow so much?
because if you want to appear
Bro,
as a
it's
cop,
okay. It's okay.
that's how you
You're not
appear.
No,
attracted to
hey,
that.
yeah,
You're
you just
not
put on
attracted.
clothes. Hey, if you want to appear like a cop, you just put on clothes. It's not acting. You would have to like start
That's
shooting.
dumb as
If you
hell,
want to act
bro.
like a cop, you would have to get a
What?
gun and start arresting people. That's how you act like
What
a
the
cop.
Yeah,
fuck is wrong
You,
right.
with you?
hey, this is how
But
you
you're
act
not
like a
Oh,
acting.
cop,
uh,
bro. You act like a cop by getting a gun and arresting people for
I
breaking
hear
the law.
that.
Right.
That's how you act like a cop.
Because
I
if I
hear that.
dress like a dog, that doesn't mean that I'm acting like a dog until I actually start like barking and clapping at the mouth and saying woof woof.
You're acting
Then I'm
like a
acting like a
dog.
dog.
If you
But
dress
I
up
don't
like
have
a
to.
dog, If you dress up like a dog,
You're not acting like a dog.
No, that's a lie. You're tripping, Suave, on that one, bro. You tripping.
Shit.
You can't
Right.
say because somebody dresses like something that they're acting like it, bro. You can't.
That's the
No.
point. That's the point of dressing like it. That's the
Nah, that's a
point of
false
dressing like
correlation,
it.
man.
It helps you act like it. It helps you act like it. You have
No, it's
other
helping me,
features.
man.
You have other features that correlate with it, and you use the wardrobe to accent your acting as that thing. Like y'all some cowards, bro, and y'all be the
Hey,
worst
Suave.
niggas, dog, because y'all swear
Suave,
y'all
and you
got
know,
God
you
and
know,
y'all stand on the Bible, nigga.
you know good
Y'all
damn
niggas some
well.
wicked ass niggas, dog. On my life, y'all
But
some
hey,
wicked ass
Suave,
niggas, and y'all gonna burn in the hell that y'all make for other people. And
Hey, Steve,
Akmalak,
there
you
you go.
gonna burn.
You don't like people saying you gonna burn in hell, man.
Burn in hell.
You don't like
You
that,
gonna
man.
burn
Look at
in
you.
hell
Look
following
at you.
this motherfucker.
Look
You
at
gonna
you.
burn in hell following this motherfucker, Akmalak.
Suave, why
Cause
you
you's a
talking
fucking
like that?
coward.
Why you talking
don't
like
try
that?
to, don't try to,
Coward.
hey, don't try to create no division between me and him because y'all jealous because y'all ain't
You
got no
can't
team.
keep. You can't
Don't
keep
try to
being quiet.
create, don't try to create no division between me and us because y'all ain't got no team. Don't do that.
Right.
It ain't. I'm not causing.
There's a
I'm
different.
not
Hey,
trying to cause no
the word
division.
trap and act is two
Listen,
different words. They are not compared.
listen. If I was trying to cause division, I would say, Akmalak, you need to separate. No, I know there's no dividing
You're
y'all. Y'all both
you're
gonna burn
causing
in hell
one.
together.
You're
It ain't
trying to cause one
nothing
by
to happen.
saying
No, I'm
if
not.
you
No, I'm not.
follow after him,
No, I'm not. No, I didn't
Yeah,
say
you
that.
are.
you just
I
said
did not
that.
say that. Y'all slow as shit, bro. On my
No, you're
life,
not.
bro.
Trust me, you're
Come
not.
on, Suave.
You're
Come
you're out of your
down,
mind
Suave.
right now, man.
Bro,
Come
I
down,
said
Suave.
you're going to burn in hell with him. I ain't say nothing about if you follow him.
Yes, you
I
That's
said,
did.
no,
what
I
You
you
said
didn't. I
you're gonna
said,
burn in hell following after him, Malak. That's what you just
okay,
said.
and I'm
exactly what you
telling you
said.
what he's gonna do. He's following after you, and he's gonna burn in hell for it. I didn't say if he follow you or
Why
you
ain't
need to stop following
where's hell at? Where's hell?
in your heart.
Man, you crazy as
Okay, so I don't know what you're doing tonight, man, but it seems like you fucking around or something.
Nah,
You
y'all
can't
just
be
slow as
serious.
usual. Y'all just
No, you
slow as
ain't serious.
usual. And y'all wanna fuck with non-black women and call y'all kids black. And it
no.
ain't
Go
black.
ahead and I don't mess with non-black women.
That's cause you call anything black.
No, I'm trying to tell you, man. You know what I mean? I could have been messing around with Mexican girls. I used to chase Mexican women, but I ain't
Yeah.
never slept with one. I ain't never slept with a Mexican girl before my life.
And you want your people to be able to sleep with non-black women, and you
You're a
don't want to
liar.
hold them accountable for their kids.
No, that's a lie. We never said that our
Never
people
mind.
need to sleep with mixed people. We never ever said that, hey, black
What's
people start
good, Wicked?
Hey,
going.
what y'all two not finna do is sit here and interrogate Suave the whole entire time with that nonsense.
Oh, what's up? Wait, you want some funk, man?
Man, y'all been at this shit for the longest, bro. 'Cause like, god damn, like this shit is ridiculous. Y'all
And
ain't
they
finna
been
come over here
dying
and
for the
interrogate,
longest.
Hell
They
yeah.
was
What's that?
dying.
No, he was dying.
bro.
You dying.
Bro,
Shit. Jason, that.
come up with a whole nother game plan topic or something, cause that shit ain't getting nowhere.
Which one?
I
Yeah.
told the niggas they slow as shit.
That shit ain't getting nowhere, bro. That whole thing about what you got going on with race and shit, what the hell, bro?
All right, just check it out. Military mindedly, if you are going to be leaguing up and going to war, it would only be very sloppy, just to say an easier word. It'd be sloppy and careless of you to ex-nay the mixed breeds, knowing
No,
damn
no,
well
no, it's
that
not.
that most of them. Hold on, let me just finish. Knowing damn well that most of them already gravitate towards us. That's a fact.
Until they white parent privilege kick in. And
No,
then
I'm
they
talking about
betray
in
black people, and then they betray their black side, and they run to the white privilege side because they get an
some of them do
opportunity to
that.
get out. Yeah,
Some of
okay
them do
then.
that shit.
So okay
But
then. It
but
only take
but
one. It
but
only
the
take
other,
one. Hold on. It only take one, and we not
but it goes
risking it.
both ways. It goes both ways though, Suave.
Okay then. That I'm not
That logic
saying don't
goes both
listen, bro.
ways.
You're the one who You're the one who trying to make it seem like because I won't call mixed people black that I hate them or have a problem with them. I have mixed people in my life that I love and I kill you for. I mean, sorry, not you, but I'm saying I kill for it. So it ain't that. All I'm doing is being specific when categorizing things. Like that's all, bro. Y'all think just throwing everything in one box is actually handling business. No, it's not. It's not. If you got white people in your life, I don't give a fuck.
Why are
If you
you
got
trying
mixed
to
people in your
divide
life, I don't
mixed
give a
from us?
fuck.
That's my
I'm not
question. Why
trying
are
to
you trying to
divide.
divide mixed people from
Why,
us? If we are going to go,
why?
if you already accept these
Here we
people,
go with the
and you're
white
not going to
church.
put
Take your
them in
church.
a separate
He's
spot. Hold
not
on.
dividing them,
No,
God
Take your
damn.
church.
no, hold on.
Why
Why is
does
he saying?
why
Just
does
listen. Just
why
listen.
I'm listening and I'm finna answer you.
I
Why
was done. You
does
got to hear my whole thing before you respond.
why does
Just let
calling
me get
them
it.
mixed? Why does calling them mixed divide them from us?
Because they're black. They don't need to be called mixed.
They're not black. They're children of white people.
Well,
They're
it's
children
not
of
that you're
white
calling them.
people.
It's not that you're calling them mixed. That's not the problem. The problem is by you saying they're not black because they're mixed. Then that's where the problem comes.
Then
He's
what the
not
fuck
saying that
is
they're
wrong
not
with
black.
you?
He's just saying mixed.
No, he's
No,
saying
he is
they
saying
are black. He keeps saying it.
Bro, they're mixed people. I'm a black person. If I had a child with a white person, that child would be mixed, and their other parent would be white. What causes the division between black, white, and mixed? What?
is when you're saying that they're not black.
He did
Facts.
Why
not
does
say
that?
they're not
Why?
black. He just said
Why?
He do
mixed.
say it.
But
No.
I am.
See?
If you got two black parents, you're black. If you got a black and a white parent, you're mixed.
Okay, that's mixed.
Why?
But that's
Why
still
does
not
that
saying not
cause
black.
division? Why does that mean that I got a beef with this person now? Why does this mean that we gotta be on the
Okay, we're
same
just
ass shit?
okay. Are mixed people black though? That's all I'm asking you.
No, no. They
That's a
have black in
problem.
them.
That's a
They
problem.
have black. They have black in them. They have white in them. They're mixed. If they get
But
with a
what you
black person, their child will be black. If they got with a white person, that child will be white.
We know that.
Hence Drake. Okay, then. It's
so
just simple
what
as
you're
that,
saying
bro.
is you're really applying the one drop rule.
No,
Yes.
no, no, no,
Yes.
no, I'm
Yes.
not.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I'm not.
Yes.
I say if you're 50% or half and more, you're freaking black. I
I
don't care.
mean, forget the percent. Forget the percent. I mean, just in generality, you're
Dang,
basically
Mr. Ray.
applying the one drop
Hit the link. I'm
rule.
finna hit you up
No,
with the
I said, I'm
content.
going to tell you one more time. If you're half black or more, you are black. Period.
Bro, what the fuck? I thought it was what you was acting like. I thought it was what you acted like where you grew up at.
That plays a lot of factors too, man. That's a large factor.
Okay, now peep this. Now peep this. Right, Akmanak? Listen to what you just said and don't run.
That
If
wasn't
you're
me.
more, if you're more than who was that? Batterwax?
Yeah.
Okay, Batterwax. You're finna die, don't run. Renee hit the panel. I'ma shut up. I'm sorry about last time. I'm not drunk this time. I'ma shut up. Listen, if
Who?
you're more than 50% something, that's what you is, right?
Facts.
Okay.
That's
So
all
your
I
Kinda.
said.
I'm not gonna say that.
look at him. Look at him already running. You
I said
I'm
understand
that.
that,
not
man?
running.
Oh, okay. You talking about last
I ain't
quarter?
running. I'm
Okay.
just leaving room.
So
I'm just
so
leaving room to
so
wiggle. Just leaving
so
room to
so
wiggle.
so how much percentage of white is a white person?
Shit, I don't even know, man. Because you know what I mean. I ain't white, so I don't know what's
What?
their whole little thing going on. I'm not white, so I
So
don't know
you
their
don't know
thing.
nothing. So you don't know nothing about nothing that you're not. Do you know anything about women? Because you're not a woman. Do
I
you
don't
know
know. I
anything
don't know
about women?
anything about white folks. I don't know nothing about what a woman think. I don't know nothing. I'm just a
Oh well, you
dude
dead
sitting
then.
here.
You're not even worth conversation. Shut up.
Okay.
You ain't even worth a conversation. You don't know what shit is. That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all niggas play dumb and slow and childlike to try to wiggle through a conversation. Just be
Yes.
smarter. Just be
Nope.
right. Just be right.
Sometimes I'm
All you
gonna
gotta
play
do is
stupid.
learn the correct answers, and you won't have to play stupid.
Sometimes I'm
Learn
gonna
the
play
correct
stupid.
answers.
Sometimes I'm gonna play stupid. I can do that. It's
Yeah,
all
I mean, and then
tactics.
sometimes you're not playing.
It's all tactics.
Is it worth it?
This
It
is
works.
confused.
It works.
It does. It keep people like Ark following you, and that's all that
How?
matters.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's get one thing straight. There is no mixed breed doctrine either or on either side from One Nation Set Apart. We can get that straight. We don't have a mixed doctrine. All right. What we just tell people is to keep the commandments. We don't teach people, hey, hey, mixed breeds, or hey, you're not black because you're mixed. We don't say nothing like that.
What that got to do with anything?
Well, if you're basically trying to say that, you know, I'm the source of where this mixed breed doctrine is coming
Thank you,
from.
Renee.
From
That's
One
what I
Nation.
was
I'm
about
like,
to
no,
show.
that's not what it
I
is.
was about to
This is
show
just
him
common
if he's
sense.
saying.
This is just
I
common
was about
sense
to
for
show
folks
him
speaking.
if he's saying 50% or more make you that. White people are 100% white. Black people have a percentage of white in them. So that means that child would have more white than black in it, making all mixed people white.
Who told you that white people are 100% white? You're a liar.
Yeah, there
How
is
am I
no
a liar?
100% white.
You're
White
lying.
people
White
ain't
people are not 100% white.
Did you
You
just
lie.
not
Okay.
listen to what he just said? You
He
just
said
jumped
that
over the whole script with what he just said. So how the hell
he
you
just,
gonna hear what he said?
I heard what he said. He just said white people are 100% white. He just
He
lied.
did not say they was 100% white.
Swab, did you just say white people are 100% white?
Yeah, they are. It's 100% a white person. They got
All right.
Cold wicked. Cold
So
wicked, man.
They
You gotta stick with the conversation, man.
they got German. They got Germanic. They got European in them. They have no African in them. That's a white
Yes,
person.
they do.
That person.
They all got at least.
Listen.
They all got at least 6 to 8%. What are you talking about? They all got at least 6 to 8%.
Okay,
Bet what?
6 to what? 6 to who?
hold on.
6 to 8%.
Hold on.
All of
Let
them.
me look this up right now.
Pull them up, man.
You can look that up and you gonna die right today. You gonna die today.
That shit
Yeah,
don't
you about
even
to fall.
damn
It
count.
don't matter. It don't matter if this.
He said 6% don't count.
For clarity.
6% does count. You have a 6% interest rate. That shit's gonna make a difference in the end, right?
And you talking about two totally different.
No, I'm not. I'm
situations
talking
here.
about percentages. I'm showing you percentages.
So you
And
telling
you're like,
me 6%
oh, okay, so
will overall beat the
6 does
93,
matter.
the 97% that's left?
You got bad math. It's 94.
What 94?
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, Cold Wicked, man, but you've been off beat the whole time, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Just get to the point, bruh.
But that was my point. White
You
folks
don't
ain't
even know your
100%
own
white.
point because you ain't making no damn sense.
My point is, white folks is not 100% white. That was my point.
Facts. It's slow.
That ain't
done
no damn facts. That's dumbass statistics, bro.
Okay, listen. Here you go right here. In South Carolina and Louisiana, the states shaded. It said researchers found that 1 in 20 people who called themselves white had at least 2% African ancestry. 1 out of every 20 people had at least 2%. It say, and a lot is about and about 10%, about 10% people who identified as white turned out to have African DNA. Now, 10% means 90% of those white people had no African DNA. You're dead and you're dumb. So 90% of these white people had no African DNA. If you
No, it said 90% of them that said that they're white actually had it.
Shut the fuck up.
No, read that again, man. Read it again because you read that shit wrong as fuck.
No, I'm not reading shit again.
Read it again because you're wrong. They said 90%.
You retarded.
90% of them had African blood. They didn't say 10%.
You're retarded.
Read it again. Instead of sitting there saying I'm retarded, just read it again.
There you go. I just posted it in chat. So
You
now,
sorry sold on trying to convince me that I'm retarded.
one of the people, if you sleep with one of the white people out of this 90% that have zero African DNA, that means they're 100% white, and you have 12% white in you. That makes your baby majority white, making it non-black. It's white. You're dead.
No, you're not. I don't know nothing about all that percentage talk. Like I
I
already
know
told
you
you.
don't. I know you don't.
All I'm saying,
Because
all I
you
simply is
talk from
saying
your
is,
ignorance. You
no,
talk
no,
from
no,
your
no, no,
ignorance.
no, no. I'm not the dude that
This
brought
nigga
up the
sloppy, man.
percentage. Yeah, I know he's nuts. He's literally not even listening to what he read. 90% of white folks had African blood in them. You're trying to take it now down
Akmalak.
to
Is
10%.
that Akmalak? Is that what I just read, Akmalak?
What?
Oh
Read
boy.
it again.
Y'all
Why
niggas some
don't you?
cowards,
Why
boy.
won't you
What are you
read it
talking about?
again?
Y'all niggas some straight cowards, bro.
Just read it
Nigga,
again then.
I just got out the car. I just got out the car,
I
man.
just got
I just
out the
got out the car.
car.
Just got my stuff
I
out
just
the
got
car.
out the
What's up?
car, man. I just got out the car. What's up? Right here.
Damn. Nigga can't even get his shit without a
Did.
nigga tripping on him, nigga. Damn.
Man, don't nobody give a fuck about how that whining your ass doing and you up there lying like a dog.
What I lie about?
Researchers found that 1 in 20 people, that's 0.5%. Okay?
25% what?
Yeah, that's 5%. That's
5%.
5% of white people had at least 2% African ancestry.
At
That means
least that
90.
means they had more too.
Hold on. Stop talking. You're a liar. Shut the fuck up.
If it says at least, that means that some had even more.
Shut up. 1 in 20 white people had African DNA. That means 95% of these white people had no African DNA.
No.
None. 95%.
Damn. Okay. Well, shit. I was wrong. Hey. Well. Hey. If that's what you put. Wait. No. Hold on. You said in a certain state, nigga. That's what you was reading.
No.
Bro,
you wasn't reading white people in general. You was reading in a certain place.
Akmalak. That's a sample size. They went
No. You read in a certain place. No, Suave, stop playing.
Can you listen? Can you listen so you'll be right?
No, but am I wrong?
Bro.
He went to the most racist state in existence.
No, it's not. It's
right.
not. Listen, bro.
He went to the most racist state in existence.
It's not wrong. It just doesn't fucking matter. This is a report on white people who have African ancestry. They went to the state that has the most white people with African ancestry. They went to
the least state, man. Like that was a racist state.
Battle Axe, can you shut
No,
the
hold
fuck
on, Suave.
up?
You just tried to put that on all white. Like you just act like you just
Bro,
pull up a census to general, the general population of white people. No, hold on. No, let me say this real quick.
Playing with me, bro. Y'all point was just all white people have African ancestry. That's the fucking
point. No. Our point was all white people are not 100% white.
Facts.
Oh,
that was the point.
And I just showed you that 95%.
And you're trying to single it with black.
And I just showed you that 95% of these white people and 90% in the most populated states of white people with African ancestry.
That's not the most populated state, though. You went to a slave state,
bro.
brother.
On my life,
you're a coward because you went to a slave state.
Yeah, and you cold by hold on, Suave, man.
Suck my dick,
all right,
pull up the one in Colorado.
Fuck you,
hey, at the end of the day, all white people ain't all pure white.
You
know what I mean? All white people, but at the end of the day, too, all white people ain't. Listen, Suave. All white people ain't all 100% white. Facts. And all black people ain't 100% black.
He can't get past that, man. He tried to, though. Then nigga pulled up a slave state on purpose, too.
Is there some white people that's just white? I guess.
And then you gonna sit up here and lie on me on purpose, bro?
You said all white people
on purpose, pussy.
were 100%.
Did not you pull up a slave state? What state did you pull up? Go ahead and say it.
Nigga, I Googled something, I pulled it up.
I know,
I didn't know what the
but what
fuck it was,
state?
what states it. What do you mean
What
by I
state is
put up
that?
those? What do you mean I put up those states on purpose?
Because you did. I don't think that you did that on accident.
How?
That's why you won't mention what state it is again.
I randomly found an article that I never read before.
What
These
state?
are the states that was in it. These are
What
the
state?
states that was in it. So now you're trying to paint me as somebody
What
who
state was it?
manipulate
It doesn't matter
information.
about what you were
So
thinking. What
now
was
you're
the
trying
state?
to paint me. So now you're trying to paint me as somebody who manipulate information to be right.
No,
I
I'm painting you as somebody that
no.
uses selective information, and you did that.
How? When you put up nothing?
Because you only highlighted a certain state.
That's what the article did. I didn't do that on
But that's
purpose.
not the truth, though. You can't just go off of one isolated
How is it not the
area.
truth?
Let me explain to you then. Because you went to one isolated area and you're trying to make that now the coup d'etat.
95.
You see, you
If
cut me
you
off.
ate at McDonald's 95% of the time, you would say, I always eat at McDonald's. If 95% of black people, y'all some fucking liars, bro. On my life, y'all some hoes, fam.
No, you would say
saying
you
is
eat at McDonald's. You wouldn't
I'm
say you
gone, man.
always
Fuck
eat at
you,
McDonald's,
fam.
bro.
Fuck.
Selective research. Where'd you go, man? Did he dip out of his own thing?
Yeah.
So why you leave?
Well, because
I wanted to
at the
introduce
end of
you
the
and let
day,
you get the floor. Shout out to Renee
no,
in the
man,
building.
you said
I want to
all
let
black,
you give him
all
that
white
work.
people were white.
Give
You
him
were
that
wrong.
work.
Hey,
I'm telling you, they
and if
some
I
liars
said,
though, and they
if
ain't
I
got
said
no
swap,
information.
I'll
They
admit
not
first
gonna
thing.
pull up
I'll
nothing.
admit if I said that all black people or all white people had black DNA, I was wrong. You got me on that one. All right.
Okay.
So, but
yeah, peace, y'all. I was gonna
you
say
wrong too, then, Negro.
to the who was talking and everything. Yeah, when Suave was saying that 2 out of every 20, that would equate to 10%, which would
No,
mean
it was
that
1 out of every 20, which made it
Oh,
5%.
oh, you said 1 out of every 20.
Yep.
That was like in
Oh, okay. Well,
Alabama or some shit.
yeah. So it will be I thought you said 2 out of every 20. So yeah, that will be 95%. I mean 95% of white people do not have any African DNA. And also you was like, well, he picked the most racist states. I don't know what that would have to do with anything.
Oh, man.
Because a racist state makes a big difference.
I just did a study on that.
All American states are racist. It's not, if you're just taking a cross section of people there, of white people there, and you're just measuring the DNA, it wouldn't have anything to do with the state, right?
Well, it kind of does, because he actually used one of the, I didn't say that he purposefully did it, but he did use one of the most famously racist states that had some of the harshest Jim Crow laws. And it's like, what are you doing? We all know.
I don't see how that would change.
Because it'll change as you leave those states. Because as you leave those states, you will see that race intermingling increased further and further as you got away from those classic slave states.
I mean, I don't necessarily know about that, but I'm saying even in terms of that, I don't see how that would change whether most white people have some African DNA or not. Like, I still don't get.
Well, it wasn't really about them having African DNA. It was about them not being 100% white. That's what this is about. He's made a claim that they're 100% white, and we're like, no, none of them are 100% white. And he's like, well, these ones right here in this Alabama slave state, they and I'm like, come on, man, that doesn't represent.
But they did a lot of mixing down there, because that's where a lot of our ancestors were, and that's who they was raping. So I don't know what, like,
white folks are not fertile when they rape. When they rape, they're not fertile people. They don't just get people pregnant like that. They can these white folks can try to have sex for 2 years straight to try to have a baby and fail at it. That's like common amongst white folks are not fertile.
So I don't know.
They're infertile.
Let me just say this. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
It has to do with the whole thing about white folks been making mixed babies in slavery, they wasn't able to be successful in that very often. It was rare because they're not fertile people. They can't just make babies.
Wait a minute. Let me please say this, because that's completely false. But so you mean to tell me, just to show you, can I talk just please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to show you how significant the raping of our Black female ancestors was. To this day, the average Black person has 20% European DNA. Some have a little more, some have a little less, but the average is around 20%. And when I say Black people, I'm meaning Black people who don't have any recent, like myself, Black people who don't have any recent race mixing in their family, like their parents aren't a mixed race combination, their grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents.
But there's no way of you really knowing that.
Wait a minute,
you knew that, right?
Let me just finish. So the fact that to this day, the average Black person who does not have a recent white lineage still has 20% European DNA, that was fairly significant. So I don't know how that could be explained if white people wasn't making babies like that with Black
white people have because they have recessive genes. They're not fertile. Those people have to have certain. They have to have certain type of processes in order to get pregnant. They got to eat a certain way. They got to have sex. Let me finish. They got to eat a certain way. They got to have sex a certain way. They got to lay a certain way after they have sex. They got to do a certain type of fetal position after they have sex in order to even attempt to get pregnant. They don't get easily pregnant by a white man. A white man cannot impregnate just like that. He can't just choose to have a baby.
Oh my God.
Well,
like that's why with white folks, when they have
100%, that is 100% scientifically false. That is
not
false. Let me finish, please. If a sperm connects with that egg, that's what does it. All this stuff they gotta lay it. I don't know where you getting that from. So can you provide your source?
White folks are infertile. That's
can
not
you
that.
Provide your source that white people are infertile.
I don't have a source because this is common knowledge.
During the 18th, if you go back.
No, I'm not making it up.
How y'all guys doing?
You made that up.
They have Planned Parenthood.
Did you know that? You said you don't have a source.
I didn't make it up. Hold on. I didn't make it up. It's just that I don't have a fucking computer in front of me to show you a document or an article.
Oh, okay. Well,
but let me finish. But if you go and do the research, you will actually find out that white folks do have troubles with what's it called? Impregnation. I'm trying to find a real word for it, but they have a problem with that. That is an issue that white folks struggle with. That's the reason why they believe that it's like a blessing. That's why they act like it's a big blessing when they have a child or a conception. They're like, whoa, wow, finally, good job. When Black folks, we can just do it at any time. Literally.
If you go back and look at like the 1850 census, you'll see that a lot of they even had classes of different Black people called mulattoes.
Right.
And they had them listed as mulattoes. Even in the slave records, they had them listed as mulattoes. And there was a huge population of mulattoes. I've had mulatto grandmothers in my bloodline going back then, you know what I'm saying? Even when you talk about the indigenous side, it was known for the Europeans to kidnap the women and have sex with them and send them back to the tribes pregnant. And that's how they actually started whiting out the Native Americans. That's one of the ways they did that. So you could look at the U.S. Census. They would even list them as mulattoes even on slave plantations as property.
Yeah, and like what you're saying, I'm sorry, but no. There's no scientific proof. Now, are there maybe a lot of white people now who are having fertility issues? Yeah, absolutely. But in terms of that does not defeat. Wait, let me finish, please. That does not defeat my point that to this very day, the average Black person has 20% European DNA. You can't get around that. It doesn't matter if you try to say all this other stuff that you just pulling out of thin air. They got to lay this way. They got to do this, that, the other. That has nothing to do with most of us got white. We got white DNA. And that's because somebody was doing something and making some babies. So, yeah, like I
mean, they even got a Netflix movies about what they call Jonestown. I don't know if y'all seen that before. With Matthew McConaughey. It was a place in, I think, in Mississippi where it was pretty much a white man had a whole bunch of kids from white women and Black women, and they called it Jonestown. And it was just pretty much a town full of mulattoes.
Yeah, I mean, because
if you go to APA.org, it says heterosexual white women are twice as likely as racial or sexual minority women to obtain medical help to get pregnant. Black people don't need that shit.
Wait a minute, repeat that. Wait. Repeat that again.
I'm at APA.org. It says heterosexual white women are twice as likely as racial or sexual minority women, that'll be Blacks, to obtain medical help to get pregnant. They got to go to the doctor to get help on getting pregnant.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. The people that were getting pregnant were the Black women, not the white women. So you giving me some statistic today in today's time about white women has no relevance to the fact that it was Black women, as I said, our Black female ancestors who were being raped, who were being molested, and were producing biracial children. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was so many mulattoes. That's where you get the HBCUs. The former slave masters, what they want to do, they want to actually have their children, the mulatto children, educated after slavery. So they were the ones that actually came up with the finances to build all of these places like Tuskegee, Spelman, the HBCUs that you see here today.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was reading something, but this whole
I'm giving you a fact on that.
Hey, y'all, this whole mulatto thing.
I got
this whole mulatto
came up with a source, man, to prove. It say right here in this source that I got, how science and genetics are related. It says that in this source, you guys can look it up. Now, matter of fact, I'll post it in the chat after I'm done reading it. It says that the popular classifications of race are based chiefly on skin color, with other relative features including height, eyes, and hair. Though these physical differences may appear on a superficial level to be very dramatic, they are determined only by a minute portion of the genome. We as a species have been esteemed to share 99.9% of our DNA with each other. The few differences that do exist reflect differences in environments and external factors, not core biology.
Okay, period. So, please let me address that. So, first of all, you gotta make up your mind, because one minute it's white people got to do all of these other things in order to get pregnant when Black people can just do it. Okay, but then you're saying there's no differences genetics wise. There's no differences in DNA, so that wouldn't even make sense.
I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't never told you that. The argument. What are you talking about? Why are you conflating what I said with whoever you? What you said? This is else?
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you was the guy who said the other thing. My bad. But I want to address what you said. Yeah, and still, what was your? I had my comment already. I thought it was the other guy. What did you say again?
Oh, I was talking about HBCUs.
No, the other guy.
People use their look. Okay, 1.4 didn't African descent have an impact. Okay, so there's a source. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna post it in the chat.
No, you destroyed his point. His point was that white women have fertility problems, but you said that it was Black women having the mixed babies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that wouldn't make. Whoever was saying about the DNA, like that we're mainly the same. I I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like, we're still within a system that recognizes race. Like, and yeah, there's a phenotype element to it. That's how most people, when you see somebody who you would consider white, when you look at them, you can say, okay, there's a quote white person, or there's a black person, or there's an Asian person, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I mean, nobody's saying that we're totally different genetically.
Today, white people got to go to the doctor to help get pregnant. That's just the facts.
Oh, okay, but that don't have anything to do with the other point that was being made earlier.
But you missed.
How many black people have you known that ever been to the hospital? How many black people do you know? Let me ask the sister real quick. Let me ask the sister real quick.
No, hold on.
Because we're in the middle of that.
Hold on. You brought up the fertility rate of white women. We're talking about white men raping black women.
No, I'm not. So I'm not talking about white women. I'm not talking about that. That's what. No. Listen, that was their point. That's not my point. I didn't bring that up. What I'm doing is I'm addressing my point. So I had to ask her one more question, which is, how many black women have you seen go to the hospital to get help to get pregnant?
Better way.
Let's just deal with it.
You brought up the fertility rate of white people, trying to prove the point that even though black people and white people were mixing in those southern states, i.e. Alabama, they didn't produce babies. And you used the point that white women have a problem having babies to prove that, when you have to look up the fertility rate of black women and white men, because that's who's making the mixed babies.
Right.
That's not the truth. That's not always the truth, because there was a lot of white women pregnant. Let me finish. Are you not going to let me finish a sentence? Are you literally going to cut me off on every sentence?
Because
I'm just saying, are you literally going to cut me off on every sentence? Is that what you're going to do?
That point, because
no, but it doesn't matter. Are you going to literally cut me off on every sentence?
Because you're going somewhere.
Just let me finish the sentence. There's no because. Let me finish my sentence.
Why aren't you addressing what I just said?
Because I want to finish my sentence.
I know.
That's what I want to do, and it shouldn't be a problem. I don't understand why it got to be a problem.
When you keep ignoring,
just let me finish.
Being brought to you.
Don't even worry. Just let me finish.
Ignoring the points that being brought to you.
I'll go right back to your point after I can say my point. That's how a conversation works.
That's not how.
You got to allow me to respond. You got to allow me to respond.
That is not
you
how
got to at least let that happen.
Works. Someone makes.
You never even heard.
Someone addresses the point.
You're okay. What you're doing is you're being real simplistic. Let me please. Let me please. I'm gonna say please. Let me finish my sentence. It's only one sentence.
You don't gotta.
I do.
All you gotta do.
I literally do. I gotta use politeness. I gotta bring up the realm of politeness.
You have to use correctness.
Can you address what we were talking about, though?
You could be.
I was definitely trying to address what you were talking about, but at the end of the day.
Because you're moving the goalpost.
Listen,
we were talking about.
Who cares? Let me finish my sentence.
Okay,
that's all you gotta do.
Who cares if I move the goalpost? Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Let me finish my sentence, and then you can determine if I'm finished. If I did all that.
I really don't care to let you get out some random fact, bro. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta stop doing that, because you gotta stop doing it.
No,
you have to, man.
I have to stop avoiding the point in conversation.
I'm not avoiding any point. What it is now, look how the conversation went to the left. We're not even talking about what we're talking about. We're talking about me. Fuck all that. Let me finish my sentence.
Problem at this point.
I am not a problem. Period. There's no problem.
No, it's not. It don't have to be a problem. It can just be a debate. Like, you know what I mean? You don't have to make it seem like you're a problem. If you got a problem with it, just debate it, bro. Like,
all
you know what I mean? At the end of the day,
stay on the
all
point.
that. No, hold on. Let me say this. Like, instead of saying, "Hey, you're the problem," all he's doing is getting off his information. If you don't like his information, debate it. Stop trying to make it seem like.
Why are you not telling him to address the point? Why are you?
No, but I'm saying though, like, stop trying to make it seem like we're a problem. We're like creating a problem when we're just talking.
I think
make it seem like we're villains.
I think it'd be I think it'd be wise that
we're such a bad guy and we're liars. Just debate that shit.
Can we move on? Can we move on, please?
I think that's
all I was trying to ask is hold on. Hey, hold. Jeez, man.
I'm not.
Do you see how hard it is to get a fucking sentence in? This is insane.
Just go ahead, please, and finish with Please.
I was just trying to say, how many black women have you seen go to the hospital to help get pregnant? None.
Not a lot. Not a lot.
So we can stop this shit.
But what was your point about
What
that?
is your point?
My point is white people are infertile. I don't know what all this shit y'all saying. You this? I'm like,
hold
all
on,
I'm saying is white people are infertile.
So now, Akmalak, Battle Axe, if you just read back to you a fucking retard, bro. You read an article speaking on white women fertility. We're telling you white men sleeping with black women, meaning the black women not having fertility problems, produces children. It's what's producing the mixed children. How do you combat that point?
Okay, I'll combat it with the ncbi.nlm.nih.gov. It says, by 1990, the fertility trend shows 3 distinct groups defined by race and education. Less educated blacks have the highest fertility. Educated whites and blacks have the lowest fertility. Less educated whites have fertility levels between these two groups. So they are ranking low all the way across the board, whether they're educated or not. Listen.
What does that have
You're
to do
trying
with
to you're trying to ride on slavery. I'm not talking about slavery, and it's obvious that I'm not.
I think that was the premise of the argument, though.
Wait a minute. I'm not talking about slavery, and it's obvious that I'm not.
Okay, wait. Can I just please say something, Battle X? Okay, I hear your point about the fertility thing. I don't know many black women who have had that issue, but the thing is, we weren't talking about that. We were originally talking about mixed people being black, right? We weren't talking about people's fertility. We were talking about
that mixed people are
Let
black.
me finish, please. Let me just finish, please.
My bad, sis.
Thank you. We were talking about who's black. I mean, what defines black, or like you were saying, somebody was saying 50% and this, that, and the other. And that's how we got into the conversation. I was saying that mixing happens so much that to this day, we still have 20% on average European DNA. I don't know how we got into the fertility thing, because you kept saying they wasn't making children like that. Then you read an article about today's time about white women. I don't know what relevance that has to history.
Because I only brought that up to show the fertility. They wasn't like, I can't find. Can I finish? I can't find anything on what fertility documentation and statuses that they were recording back in slavery. I can just show you current and modern data. That's all I can do. And that's what I did.
The thing is that it was a huge population of mulattoes during slave times. So
I wasn't there.
Not the ones with the babies.
No, what I'm saying, you can look at the U.S. Census during that time to see that it was in the southern states there was huge populations of mulattoes. They even had them listed as property in the county. Like when you look at the movie Django, remember they was looking up his wife or whatever. There's records still to this day. You can find some of your ancestors.
You can't reference the movie Django. You can't reference the movie
I'm
Django
using the U.S.
Census.
Census. That's what I'm using.
That's a movie.
No,
but that's just the movie.
I'm talking about the U.S. I'm talking about.
That's bullshit.
No, you're not talking about. You're talking about Django.
The U.S. Census during that time, during those times of slavery.
Correct.
You can see that there was huge populations of mulattoes during slave times in the southern states.
And what were they?
They were considered slaves.
Let me say, were they free or were they slaves? Hold on, let me ask them a question. Were they free or were they slaves?
Some were free, and most of them.
You just said it that they were. You just said that they were slaves.
I said
you didn't say no.
Well, it's not a definite with everything, brother.
No, but you just said it.
No, the thing is, even when you're taking an SAT
think about
test,
that.
when you look at when they say the word all, usually it's a false, right? Okay, so what I'm saying
all
is,
you said was.
Oh no, what I'm saying,
and they
brother,
were
listen,
slaves,
brother. It doesn't negate the fact that there was a huge population during slave times of mulattoes in the southern states.
No, wasn't nobody. Listen, ain't nobody sitting around here trying to fight you against.
So what I'm
nobody
saying,
trying to fight you against that. Hey, brother,
what I'm saying is they existed. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
these
now,
mixed race people.
Okay, hold on. I did hear you say that, and I want you to know that I heard that. I did. I heard you. Now, my response to what you're saying is, They were slaves, though. You said it, and I was going to say that too. I was like, but they were still slaves, showing you
They were
who they
slaves,
really
but there
were.
was also
Hold
free
on,
black.
hold
There were
on,
also free colored
hold on.
people too
Wait a
during
minute.
that time.
No. They wasn't. No, listen. They wasn't free because they were mixed.
Brother.
Let me say this one more time. Let me say this for you one more time. Listen, they wasn't free because they were mixed. Can we both agree on that? Being mixed doesn't mean that you're free. Me and mixed, no, that is free.
No. It could. It could.
No.
He just already said that they were
free.
Brother, I said that there was a population. That's what the first thing I said, right? Most of them were slaves, but they were free mulattoes also.
There was free black folks. Hey, I know. I hear you.
They call them
I hear
free
you.
coloreds at the time.
Octavius, I can hear you.
Okay.
And you don't have to stress. Listen, hold on, chill out, man. You don't have to stress your point so strongly when somebody already says, like, "Hey, I heard you." You don't have to keep on trying to. You don't have to keep on. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You made your point. You won't allow that. It's ironic, but you just won't. You haven't allowed it yet.
But yeah.
So my point was. Hold on, sister. My point was to him is that they were slaves, which showed you that just because you're mixed doesn't mean that you're not black. Because the blacks was the ones that was being enslaved at those times. So when you became out mixed, you still hit that. You still hit that plantation. You were still out there.
They had a one drop.
Please let me address. Oh, please let me. Oh, let me get.
My bad.
No, I'm sorry, Swab. No. I'm sorry, Swab.
No, that's all I had to say. They considered them black because they had the one drop rule.
Exactly. The one drop
No, they
rule,
considered them black because they were. They're looking at them and said, "This." Hold on. Wait a minute. This is what it is. They knew that we were the children of God. And they know that the children of God had to be enslaved for not following after their God. They knew that. And so when they look at you and they saying, "Okay, what should we do if this dude comes out mixed? Should we let this brother mingle into our family and possibly spread the curse, or should we just go ahead and play it safe?" And go ahead and say, like, if any of y'all niggas is mixed, y'all niggas still carry that DNA to be enslaved. They're like, oh no, them niggas, they gotta be enslaved. Why? They are still an Israelite. These are still God's people. I don't give a shit if this motherfucker's 25% black. If that shit is showing up, if it shows up, he is supposed to be enslaved because he is part of their stock, not ours. That's how white people saw it. They're not stupid.
Okay. So I'll let you speak. Please let me respond. The
I
whole
know, but
Bible.
you were so eager to cut me off.
The whole Bible, but you talked for a minute.
It doesn't matter because I'm saying things. Because I was saying things.
Okay, I'll let you finish. Let me know when you're done.
You can go ahead now. I'm polite.
Okay, so thank you. So, the whole Bible thing that's just complete nonsense. Like, I'm not even gonna go down.
No, don't say that. Don't say that because you know what I mean. That's just your opinion.
You just cut me off. You just cut me off. So just let me finish. I said, in my opinion, that's my opinion. Okay. That's just ridiculous. But anyway, the one drop rule was created and instituted by white supremacy for the purposes of making sure that the power, that the wealth, the resources were maintained within whiteness. So therefore, anything other, just let me finish, anything other than, they wasn't going to have it. So that does not, which leads me to a point that I don't think a lot of people really consider. The whole idea of mixed people being counted and considered as black is a racist premise. It's a white supremacist premise that we are still accepting to this day. Why are we going to uphold something that white people said, oh, this is what we say? We say if you got one quote unquote, one drop of black blood, you're black. Why would you want to continue something that they put in there when they the same ones who put your ancestors in chains? That makes absolutely no sense.
I want to respond to that.
Wait, let me just finish. And the reality of it is you are what your parents were. Both of your parents. You 50% of your DNA from mom, 50% from dad. Wait a minute. It don't matter about the recessive with dominant. You are still half of each. You still have your half or who you are from each parent. You also said something that made me come up here in the first place when you said, I think it was you, if you're 50%, or it might have been the other one that somebody else had left, but if you're saying that 50% or better makes you Black, then that would mean that damn near all mixed people, according to your logic, then are white, because most Black people still have some percentage of European admixture. Thus, most white people are straight up and down 100% white. So if you mix that together, you're going to get people that have more white DNA than they do Black DNA. Hence,
okay, I'm gonna respond because you're saying a lot. You're saying a lot, but you gotta allow me. I can't keep up with all you. I can't keep up with all these points.
Let me just give you this one example.
You're making a lot of different points. You gotta understand that.
The twins Tia and Tamara, their mom is Black, their dad is white. They did DNA tests. They literally came back 51% European and 49% sub-Saharan African. So those are white women. Those women, according to you, and you said 50%.
But that's not me. I didn't say that.
More than 50% European.
I didn't say that. So, and the person that did say that, he's not here. So
he ran.
I wanted to respond on your first point about the slavery and the one drop rule. And you said, well, why would we be using that when the white supremacists was using it? I don't give a damn that the white supremacists used it. Them white supremacists, they was on point about a lot of shit. It's just that Black folks don't like it because the shit that they did was on us. But what they did is actually logical. You go to war. When you go to fucking war on people, you make sure that ain't none of them infiltrating your people. You got to make sure of that. So when you see it, you're saying, oh no, that nigga's mixed. They say he's still part of the enemy team. He can't be here. I don't give a shit that he got a little bit of white in him or he's half white. None of that shit matters because he's still running like a motherfucking cougar. He still fights like an elephant. They like, nah, we can't let them niggas come over here. Those are principles that the dominant race was using on us. When I say dominant, I'm talking about in the position. They were dominating over us. And they did these things as war tactics because this is what has to be done. You got to look at it that way. And if you don't look at it that way, you're making a mistake. Not everything that the white man does is to be, you know what I mean, turned away from and condemned. We just don't like it because it was done to us. That was my point on that.
That is absolutely insane. So somebody is supposed to accept and appreciate that they're raped, that their children are molested, their children are put on sex farms, that their people are hanging from a tree, that their babies are being fed to alligators, that all this stuff, they're being quartered by horses, that they're going through pure hell. They're supposed to appreciate that because
I didn't say anything about appreciate.
What in the hell?
I never said anything about appreciate. I said that we didn't like it because it was done on a. No. I never said that. I never said
we didn't like it. You said we didn't like it because it was done to us. Right. That's my point. Mm-hmm. So you're saying we should appreciate it then?
No. We should
not like it. You saying we should not like it?
I didn't say that.
We should appreciate it.
Sister Renee, I'm literally just saying that we should understand it. We should see the implications.
There's no understanding.
Yes, there is. The understanding is that they was
to treat people to have people as property, to abuse
they were
them,
at war.
to kill them, to do. No, it's not. There's no justification for that.
But and that's listen, they was at war. We're PO, sister. Renee, they was at war, and we're PO.
Did all Europeans practice that? Oh.
Renee, we were at war, and we were at war. They were at war with us, and let me finish. Listen, they was at war with us, and they still are at war with us. There's a silent. Are you gonna keep doing that?
We were not at war.
Are you gonna keep on interjecting? Are you gonna keep on doing that? Hold on. Are you gonna keep on doing this? You're gonna keep interjecting like that?
Go ahead. Let me hear your point.
Right. They was at war, and we're their POWs. They're still waging a silent war on us. You know what I mean? Just because we don't like it doesn't mean that there wasn't no real solidified implications behind those actions. They knew what they was doing. And even the Bible lets us know that when we get in the position of power, we have to do the same thing to them, or somebody else has to do the same thing to them, because that is the way you actually dominate and defeat your enemy. You have to do things that way. Other than that, you're not going to handle the situation appropriately, and you're going to lose your position of power over these people.
That is absolutely insane,
you know
and
that's pretty much a American type of white supremacy.
That's why a lot
no,
of
you
this
just don't understand war. You don't understand war.
It's not about understanding
when
the war.
somebody tells you that you shouldn't, you mad because it happened to you. You mad because your people's raped and hung in trees and all this stuff. You mad about that. So I should be happy about it. I should appreciate it. I should say, tell it. I understand it. I understand why they took a little baby and fed it to an alligator. I understand.
I do understand that. I do understand it.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
I do understand it.
Let me
listen. If it did happen,
hold up. Let me say this.
If it did happen, you got to understand the reasons why.
It's crazy.
They didn't just look at us. Hold on. They didn't just look at us and say, you know what, hey y'all, like what? I think we need to start, you know what I mean, going hella hard on these niggas. Like, why? I don't know, you know what I mean? I guess it's because they're black. It wasn't like that.
Brother,
it was like these are our POWs. We're at war with these motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, but brother, that wasn't a universal. That one drop rule thing wasn't a universal thing.
I don't even care about the one drop. I never even brought it up.
Yeah,
I didn't
what
bring
I'm
that
saying
up.
is, well,
I don't care about it. I didn't bring it up.
Your premise of like them conquering us through this one drop rule.
No. I didn't bring up the one drop rule. That word never came out of my mouth.
Well,
initially.
these mulattoes, but like in other countries within the Americas, even in Spanish Florida, when Florida was under Spain, they was given land to these mulatto children. So the Spanish and the Portuguese, they didn't have that mulatto rule. Those mulattoes was actually given land and position and positions to be slave masters, as a way of passing on wealth. You know what I mean? That's why when
that wasn't the rule of thumb, and you would be lying and being at least intellectually dishonest by saying that,
bro. That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's not a fact. Just because you were mixed didn't mean that you got. Hold on.
Do you know the history of Spanish?
Let me finish.
No, bro. I'm asking you a question before
you got to stop cutting me off though. And you listen. You're gonna have all the time to ask me.
Listen.
Octavius, chill out.
I just said, bro. I just asked.
You won't even let nobody engage with you.
Florida. Go ahead.
I know you got to stop doing that though, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to overrun the conversation, and you're not allowing anybody to engage.
I'm not, bro. You just called me a liar. You said I was intellectually dishonest, and I just said, do you even know the facts about Spanish Florida?
All I'm saying is, if you're trying to say that just because you were mixed, all of a sudden you was able to inherit these white folks' land, that's stupid. You're making it seem like they didn't have any other family members. That's stupid. It's fucked.
They passed on land and property. If you look at at the Constitution of Florida in 1838, because you would look at that if you knew about it, right? In 1838, look it up. That's when the Constitution of Florida was written. When you look at they invalidated all land deeds.
So you're talking about 1838
because of the fact that there were mulattoes that owned the property in Florida.
So you're talking about 27 years before the Emancipation Proclamation. What about what was happening in
1838?
That's only 28 years before the Emancipation Proclamation. We was already coming out.
That was the Constitution of Florida that invalidated.
Did you just now hear what I said? Did you just now hear what I said?
What does that have to do with anything?
That was talking. You're talking about at the ending of slavery. We're not talking about
1838, the ending of slavery.
Slavery, the Emancipation Proclamation was in 1865.
Okay.
28 years later.
Okay, what I'm talking about the land deeds.
That lets you, because I'm telling you, I'm saying because these people was already working on fighting against slavery by the time of the 1800s.
And
so that is invalid.
Against slavery.
No, this country was fighting against slavery. There was a debate and a contention between white folks about keeping slavery and abolishing slavery.
Okay, what does that?
That's what all that is all the whole Underground Railroad.
The land deeds and the mulattoes owning land in Florida. at a time.
Because this was done. What you're bringing up is like almost after the fact. That's what I'm saying.
When you go to Brazil and other places that Spanish and Portuguese ran to this day, they have different levels.
You wasn't even talking about. You're not even talking. You wasn't even talking about 30 years before. You know, this was less than 30 years.
That has nothing.
It has a lot to do with it because slavery existed for hundreds of years.
2 years ago, we didn't know about COVID.
Let me finish. Slavery existed for hundreds of years before that was instituted. Am I lying or is that correct?
I'm talking about Spanish.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No,
the silence was enough.
You did not make a point.
My point was you are bringing up something that transpired in the end of slavery.
I'm letting you know there's a difference between the way the English ran their slaves versus the Spanish and the Portuguese at the time, who were the most dominant.
Oh yeah.
And they did pass on their land to their mulatto children.
Octavius,
they were what they would call inheritable. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is that was like at the end of slavery.
That has nothing to do with the argument.
It has a lot to do with it because it wasn't happening before.
What I was saying is that
was it happening before that? No.
You said the Europeans.
I never said the word European.
You were saying warfare.
I never said the word
and
European.
You said warfare and white people. They practiced this warfare and white people, and I'm saying it was a particular group of white people, mainly the English, who practiced that form of disinheritabilism, where they disinherited their mulatto children. What I'm saying
but aren't we talking about white people?
Let me finish because you said
no. I can't keep letting you finish because you won't let me say shit. You got to you got to realize that you're
me off in the middle.
You got to I have to interject at this point when I'm not ever even be able to get a full response in. That's the problem, is that you're so hopped up on trying to get your point across that you're repeating it over and over and not even letting me respond. I keep on telling you, brother, I hear you. Hey, all right, but that was at the end of slavery. Hey, then we're not even talking about those people. We're talking about white people.
How much? Almost 27 years to end of slavery.
27 years? How old are you?
I'm 40.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
Exactly. So that's less than a lifetime.
That could have been a whole lifetime.
No, 37 years is not the life expectancy for us, man. People, hold on. People's life expectancy has always been longer than 37 fucking years. And we're not talking about 37. We're actually talking about 27. We're actually talking about 22 years.
Your point is mute, bro.
No, we're talking about 22 years.
It has nothing to do.
We're talking about 22 years. You're talking about. Listen. When slavery was abolished, it wasn't like an overnight thing. It wasn't just like slavery is up and running, it's ass kicking, ain't nobody doing anything else but slavery, and then all of a sudden tomorrow, hey, Emancipation Proclamation. It didn't happen that way.
The Emancipation Proclamation didn't free slaves. If you know that,
it happened.
You know the Emancipation Proclamation didn't free slaves.
Can I finish? Like, you see, man, Octavius, this is the issue I'm having with you.
It was the 13th and the 14th.
Listen, I'm having an issue with you because you won't let me finish. And that's strange.
I'm just give you facts of history, bro.
No. You got to stop interjecting by just tossing out random facts. You're saying
that they were free
actually what you're doing is you're carrying the conversation.
That is not.
Listen, you're carrying the conversation off. You're carrying the conversation off, and you're making this more about like what you want to talk about. No, you're not. Listen, you made your point. I keep on telling you that I heard it. I'm trying to respond to it. Then you throw another point. I try to respond to that. And in the middle of that, you throw another point. And then I'm trying to respond to it. And the conversation's getting kind of strange because there is no footing no more. We're both just slipping around.
The Emancipation Proclamation did not free black people in America.
And that's a whole nother topic, though.
Okay.
Because the Emancipation Proclamation Proclamation did free some slaves. Actually, a whole lot of slaves. There was some that went into the crop sharing. There was some that fucking went up north. Like, the Emancipation Proclamation did free slaves. Did it free every last one of them? I'm not going to ever say that. But you're trying to make the conversation about things that you want to talk about. it's not about the conversation anymore.
All right, bro. You've been having the flow complaining the whole time. Go ahead, make your
I don't
point.
have the floor. I'm trying. No, I'm not complaining. All I'm trying to do is get my. All I'm trying to
Yeah.
do is get my
All
response
right, bro. You got the floor. I'm
without being
shutting up.
interrupted.
Go ahead. I'm muting right now. Go ahead, because right now you're crying.
Yep, he's talked more than everybody.
Okay. Listen, man. That's because I have something to say. I'm not just throwing out. Oh, that wasn't in there. I'm not interrupting you guys being rude.
Brother, you got the floor.
Yeah, you were.
No, I'm trying to talk to you now, and I'm letting you know I haven't been interrupting y'all, and I'm trying to be as polite as I can. And I just want to get that
Brother,
same type
I'm
of treatment
shutting
back.
up. You got the floor.
All right, but I'm going to establish this in this conversation because this conversation is not going accordingly. So I'm going to establish this so we can have a real conversation. All right, thank you. Emancipation Proclamation did it occurred in a gradual sense. It didn't happen overnight. There was a lot of things transpiring in this country when it came to dealing with slavery towards the towards the early and mid 1800s, man. Do you get that? So when you're trying to bring up what the Spanish was doing and Spain, when you were trying to bring up Spain,
okay,
when you're trying to bring up Spain and all that, that's not part of this conversation. When you're trying to bring up the Spanish, that's not really a part of this conversation. No, listen, when you're bringing up the Spanish, that wasn't really a part of this conversation. It was a fact. You're bringing up facts. And I never said you're lying. But what I'm trying to say is that's not this conversation. We're talking about white folks. We're not talking about anything else. So
yeah,
if we
but
can
the
deal with the
Emancipation
facts,
Proclamation was a speech that Lincoln gave.
no, it was actually a documentation that was signed, man. What are you talking about, man?
He gave that speech at Gettysburg, am I correct?
It wasn't just a speech.
He wrote
The
it on
Emancipation
the train.
Proclamation, it was a declaration.
Okay, it was, yeah.
So
but that was given by the president at the time, right? So you can't say it was formulated within 30 years. It was written
He
by
signed
the
it.
president.
He signed it, but it was but there was a process. It wasn't just a speech, and you would be wrong if you just said it was just a speech. It was a declaration. It was signed.
And a declaration, right?
No, there was a speech that came behind the declaration, but they were declaring that they were doing something different.
It was written by Lincoln.
Octavius, what you're doing is now you're turning this back into
you're saying that it was formulated within 30.
Are we not going to deal with these mixed breeds? Are we not going to deal with the mixed breeds or not? Are you aware that this conversation is about mixed breeds?
Okay, so let me say something then. During slavery, there were a lot of instances where people that were considered mulatto, we call them biracial or whatnot. But a lot of mulattoes, after the age of, a lot of them had to do 25 years. And so after 25 years, some of them were able to get, their freedom papers or whatnot. But again, if you were black for the most part, your whole life you was going to be a slave. Unless there was some other kind of extenuating circumstance where your master gave you, your freedom, or you were able to do something else. But for the most part, that was a lifetime sentence.
That
so
went for
a
the
lot
mixed
of
breeds too, though, sister.
were given,
that
let me finish,
that went for
please.
most mixed breeds. That went for most mixed breeds.
And so, that's definitely a major distinction. White people, even though they went by the one drop rule, they still made distinctions between biracial people and black people. That's why they had things like the quadroon ball. That's why they considered them in the census and other documentation as mulattoes, quadroons, and octoroons, because they were saying, yes, these people have black. Yes, we would technically say black, but they're different from the everyday Negro. They have white. They have
thing though.
Admixture. So
that mulatto thing was more of the island thing though.
There was
that mulatto
always
thing was more of the islands and the southern states. They wasn't really using that term. They wasn't using that term mulatto in the northern states, man. They wasn't using that term mulatto in the west of Mississippi either.
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
It has to do with a lot of things, because that whole thing that you're talking about, that whole mulatto thing was isolated in certain regions. It wasn't like this is the country, America, and there's mulattoes here. It wasn't like that. That was in certain areas.
I'm talking about where black people were being enslaved. I'm talking about slavery. And I'm talking about in the context of slavery. Let me finish. In the context of slavery, a lot of biracials, a lot of mulattoes were able to get freedom after 25 years. I'm also talking about
can you show the proof of that?
Post-slavery, excuse me. They had things like I said, they had things like the quadroon ball, different things like that will still be noted within society, and especially and particularly amongst where slavery was most common. So again, you're bringing up things that have no real relevance.
No. I'm trying to ask you, where the hell did you get that 25-year thing from? Can you show me?
Yeah, let me see if I can.
There was a rule. Yeah, please pull that up, because that's not what I've ever heard. I didn't hear that. Oh, you're mixed. You only got to be a slave for 25 years. That doesn't sound like that's what's going on, especially when you know that there was a one-drop rule. That's what I'm saying. These are conflicting statements you're making. They're not really lining up. Secondly, they're at war. They knew not to intermingle and bring us into their fold and then give us their land. That's stupid as fuck. They didn't do that. It wasn't the rule of thumb. Oh, you're mixed. Oh, you're going to own some land one day. Oh, no, don't worry. Just go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, pick this cotton just for a few more years. You almost there. What the fuck? That's how ridiculous the statement sounds to me. I'm like, that's ridiculous. And then you're saying words like, and then you're making statements like a lot. I'm like, a lot? A lot could only be, that could be 10 people. You're trying to make these statements as if these were the rule of thumb, and they wasn't. And you know it. That's why you got to start your conversation off with a lot, because you're trying to leave some wiggle room for yourself. Why can't you say all? Because you know damn well that didn't happen. Mixed people was right out there in the plantation too, or being house niggas or something of that sort, but they were still slaves. And if they had anybody white in their family to pass on their inheritance, they pass it on to their white son or their white grandson. They wasn't going to skip over all their family members and give it to this mixed breed slave that has got done from picking cotton for 25 years, and now we're going to give him all our land.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I fell out.
Who fell out?
No, I fell out earlier.
So yeah, you guys can't. You ain't gonna be able to go too far with this statement, man. Mixed breeds was in slavery right along with us, and then you're trying to come up with all these excuses. And
no, I'm gonna give you. I'm getting in there. I'm gonna give you my source. But wait a minute. First of all, I never said that biracial people were not enslaved. I said in some cases they were able to get freedom after 25 years. Is what I said. I didn't say in every case. I didn't say in all cases, and I never said that they were not enslaved. So you're misrepresenting what I said.
Well, the conversation was about was mixed people in slavery or not, and you're bringing up. Well, hold on. Yes, it was. Actually, that's how we got on the slavery talk. It was talking about how we got on the slavery talk because we got on the slavery
there wasn't that many mulattoes earlier. That's what you were saying.
We got on this slavery talk,
and then
y'all trying to make it seem like y'all trying to make it seem like it was a.
But you were saying that it wasn't that many mulattoes, and that white people were infertile, so that proved your point that these mulattoes really didn't exist like that during slave times. And you brought
what I'm saying is the mulattoes that existed, they were still enslaved, man. That's the only point I'm saying. All this other shit is just me responding
no one
to your
disagrees with
random.
that, brother.
All this other shit that you're saying is just me responding to your
Who
random
said they
fucking
weren't?
information.
Who said they
He's trying to
weren't?
say. He's trying to say it.
I
This
was
dude right
afraid to
here.
bring up the statistics about it during the 1850s. I said there wasn't many mulattoes in the southern states. That was my first premise when I came on here, bro. You were saying that they really didn't exist
in the
because their fertility.
1850s. In the
You were saying that they
1850s, how
didn't
many
exist
states were
because
there?
white people have low fertility. It's hard for them to get pregnant. And then you brought up the white women. Then you brought up that study about white women having harder times getting pregnant than black women do. And then we said that was a null fact, and the point was mute because we was talking about slavery and ancestors. Now, being the fact that the woman said most of us have 20% of European blood within our DNA. And you was trying to negate that by saying it wasn't true earlier before I came on. That's why I even jumped on the panel to say, no, I looked at I was looking at the census and stuff.
I never said anything. I never said anything, brother. Okay. Octavia, I never said anything about us. I'm simply just saying that we were enslaved. The mulattoes were too. What the fuck are you talking about?
Nobody said they weren't.
You said they didn't exist.
That's all I'm saying. He is. He's trying to say
where
after
did you
25
get that
years.
They didn't really exist like that? Where are you getting
He said
that from?
25. He's saying that after 25 years, the Spanish would give them their land. And I
didn't say after 25 years.
You mixed it with what I said with him.
No, bro.
I said 25.
You get confused now. Honestly.
Okay. All right. Okay. I might be confused. I'm talking to two fucking people.
Yeah,
That
I
could
said
happen.
20 something about 25
You
years.
did it too, though,
And wait,
sister. You did it too, but sister, you did it too, but did I condemn you on it? No.
I did
I
what
just said,
too?
oh, that guy's not here. All I said was, oh no, that guy, he's not here anymore.
Okay.
So you made the same mistake, and I gave you grace. I make the same mistake,
How did
and
I
now
not
there's
give you
something
grace?
wrong.
I just told you that you're mixing us up. I said 25. What are you talking about, grace?
We gave you grace, bro. We give you.
You didn't give me no. I gave you grace.
Here, put your hand.
I gave
out.
you grace.
Accept this grace. Is your hand
I gave
out?
y'all grace.
Like that nigga talk like he in the BC era. I gave you grace.
No, I'm telling you, in my studies and research, I found that I'm not pulling it up right now, so I'll concede that point about the 25 years. But when I do find it, I'm gonna bring it up. But I never made the case that biracial people were not enslaved, and I never said it was all. I said in some cases, biracial people were able to get their freedom after 25 years. I never made
my
a case
response is
that
black
they
people
weren't
were too, though. If that was to happen, wherever that was happening for the mulatto, that was happening for the full black people too. There was a lot of black freemen, and we know that. And it's like that wouldn't be nobody wouldn't argue with you about that. It's not debatable. You know what I'm saying? By you just trying to isolate the mixed breeds, though. By you trying to isolate the mixed breeds and say like, well, this was happening with the mixed breeds. I'm like, wait a minute, that was anywhere where that was happening with the mixed breeds, that was happening with the blacks too. There was a bunch of freed black men. We even got to the point to where white folks are trying to bring up there was black people that had slaves. They were freed black men and they ended up getting slaves. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. That's not my point. My point is mixed breeds were in slavery too, whether it was 25 years or whether it was their whole lives.
No one said they weren't.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, my point is, okay.
Said.
So you must be missing the reason why I brought that up. You forgot. Just because my point is mixed breeds and Negroes was enslaved by white folks because they're all, to them, you guys are all the same. You ain't getting off the hook because somebody raped your mama. That doesn't get you off the hook.
Man, that don't make mixed people black.
Exactly. I'm not saying this right now because I was over here still trying to find this thing. But let me just address that real quick.
Did you know that it was illegal to enslave? Did you know that at a point in time that it was illegal to enslave?
Bro, you cutting off right now.
You've been talking.
Well, I was trying to respond to Squad.
You've been talking a lot. Biracial people being discriminated against does not make them black. There are plenty other groups. let me fit. Why you can't let me finish?
Because you're trying to make slavery discrimination. Slavery wasn't discrimination.
Okay, let me finish what I'm saying. Let me please finish what I'm saying. Thank you. I'm using that as a comparison. And if that wasn't discrimination, I don't know what the hell is. Anyway, somebody being enslaved, okay, let's use specific language. Someone being enslaved doesn't make them black. A biracial person being enslaved doesn't make them black because they were enslaved. They are just a biracial person who was enslaved. That does not change your race. It does not change the fact that those people were 50% or better European. Their DNA doesn't suddenly change because they was in chains. So
okay, but this is the thing though. There was a legality in those days. Like in those days, it was illegal to enslave a Native American. It was illegal to enslave a Caucasian man. It was legal to enslave and kill black people, including mixed breeds. They were
and
right
mulattoes
under,
and exactly.
They were right in there.
Exactly.
They were right.
That doesn't make them black. That makes them
They was
mulattoes.
right. Hold on. No. Listen. If you're gonna look up that law, it never says mulatto. It doesn't say not mulatto or mulatto. There was no law protecting mixed breeds. Why? Because they were still considered slaves. They were still considered that class of people that you can enslave legally. But you couldn't do it with a Native American, and you couldn't do it with a white man, and you couldn't do it with a Chinaman if they existed out here. You couldn't do it.
They labeled them different races. They called them Negro, and then they called them mulatto.
Exactly.
That was, like I keep on telling you, that mulatto term was a Southern and a Caribbean term.
What would that mean if it was Southern? What would that mean? What would that make?
They wasn't using that.
The slaves were concentrated in the South. So what was
slaves was everywhere.
Slaves were mostly concentrated in the South. So what would be your points?
My point is
that was a Southern thing.
That was only isolated in one region, and that whole thing actually came from the islands. That started off in the islands. When you start looking up the mulattoes and the Creole and all that, that's from the island shit. And then it went on to like Louisiana and Georgia. But when you get over there to the 13 colonies, there was no fucking such thing as a mulatto. You're a fucking slave, man. You're a Negro. You got to get back out there in the field. I don't give a shit that you tone up a paper bag. Get out of here. That's the point. Let's not keep on trying to debate about mulattoes. We're talking about were they enslaved or not? And the answer is yes. Was it illegal to enslave?
Okay.
Was it illegal to enslave anybody other than blacks?
Listen, I'm trying to figure out what conversation is going on. Me, nor the brother, nor Suave said anything about biracial people weren't also enslaved. Literally nobody said that. So why do you keep bringing that up like you've got some kind of point or some gotcha? No one said that. You're making
I keep on bringing it up. I keep on bringing it up because there was a law, sister. There was a law. You don't understand that there was a law that allowed that to happen.
What I'm saying is them being enslaved didn't make them black. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, it
they
did.
were still mulattoes who were enslaved. I'm saying it doesn't change their DNA. It doesn't change their DNA. And there were a lot of documentation that denoted the difference between black and mulatto, octoroon, and quadroon. These were terms used. Okay, so let's be clear.
It was legal to enslave black people.
These were legal to enslave white people. These were terms used by white people.
I heard you, sister. Sister, you don't got to do that. Sister, you don't got to do that to me. I heard you. Okay,
you
got to stop trying to establish your goalposts. You don't have to establish your goalposts. You know what I'm saying? We all will
Okay,
recognize
don't
when
have
you
to
made your
instruct
point.
me
You
on
don't have
nothing.
to.
But anyway,
You don't have to
okay.
establish it
But
like saying like you're stupid or I'm right now. You don't have to do that. You can just
okay.
have a conversation. And
Okay.
and all
But
I'm saying is it was
premise
illegal.
also
It was illegal to enslave anybody but a Negro, man.
that's not true.
Okay, then show me the law. Show me the law when you was allowed. Show me the law. Show me the law that you. Show me the law that you're allowed to enslave. Show me the law when you was allowed to enslave a Native American.
Okay, I'm not making. Okay, first of all, Native Americans did endure some slavery, but I'm not speaking in.
I'm talking about the laws, though. I'm saying.
Okay,
Can you show me the law?
Can
you
I
show me
finish
the law
talking?
when
When
it was legal?
In the laws, it didn't even denote like any type of major federal law. It didn't even denote black people per se. But what I'm saying to you is, white people always had distinctions between blacks, mulattoes, octoroons, quadroons. This was what they said. This existed. I'm sorry. So when you keep trying to make a case to just lump mulattoes in with black people, even white people drew distinctions between that.
Did, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What law did they have that forbidded you to enslave mulattoes?
I don't know of any law that forbids you to enslave mulattoes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you know that there was a law that forbidded you to enslave white folks?
Okay, what would that have to do with biracial people?
Did you know that there was a law that forbidden you to enslave?
Your freedom.
Did you know that there was a law that forbidded you to enslave Native Americans? My point was there was no law to protect mulattoes from being enslaved.
Did you know that there was a law to protect you from enslaving free black people?
Do you hear the word free?
Did you hear the word black?
Did you hear the word free though? But the word free came first.
Your
free came first.
It don't matter what the fuck came first. The point is that they protected Indians,
yes, it does.
blacks, and the point is that they protected Indians, blacks, and whites.
Did you know there was no such thing as a free Indian? Did you know that there was no such thing as a free Indian?
Why are you acting retarded and trying to move the goalposts?
I'm showing you that when you use the word free, it is denoting his status. Of course, it's illegal to enslave a free black person.
Badaways. There were laws protecting black people from being enslaved. Did you know that?
No, only freed black men.
Of course, freed black men. You goofy.
And the word had to come, and that happened. That word has to be there.
The man. It was based upon the state of the woman, whether she was free or not. So if your mother was a slave, that pretty much determined your condition.
So how many? Okay, now let me ask you a question. That's a good point. So how many mulattoes had a black mother?
What?
At some point.
Where?
You're dead.
I don't know.
You're dead because you already said that most of them came from the women, and then you turn around and say, and then it depends on if your mom was black, then you're a slave.
Wait, no. Let me just be clear. Oh, during slavery,
man. You fell, hey, man.
Had black
you fell on your own sword. Hey, man, you fell on your own sword,
bro.
Wait a minute, Battle
You fell on your own. You came to combat and trip and fell on your own sword.
No, you didn't even know that.
Wait a minute, Battle Axe. Wait a minute, Battle Axe. I'm sorry.
He ran into battle with a sword.
Ain't nobody fell on the sword.
I
put a fact out there, and I just said that your status of whether you was free. Would it mean freeborn? You ever heard that term?
Yeah.
Okay, freeborn or slave-born. So the thing is, you had to be born, whatever status you was born into, that was considered your status during that time.
You said whatever status your mom was.
And so the thing
but then you guys are trying to say that. And then you guys are saying that most of these slaves were mulattoes because the moms was raped. And I'm saying, well, then that just means that they were still slaves, even according to your information that you just dropped.
I'm not debating.
So you ran into battle with a sword, you tripped, and you fell on your own sword.
Okay,
you have a blade in your gut right now.
Explain.
I just did it. You just kept on talking. At first, you said that most of the mulattoes was made from the black woman being raped by the white man. And then you turn around in the same conversation and say, but your status was determined off of who your mama was. If your mama was a slave, then that means that now you're a slave. And I'm saying that's exactly what I'm saying. I was like, so you fell on your sword. Because that means that now, that means that even the mulattoes were still considered slaves.
That I didn't say anything to the difference. You do. You for one, when I first came on here, when I first came on here, you was talking about mulattoes wasn't even existing at the time because white people fertility.
You didn't have your sword and then you tripped and you fell on your sword.
Bro, you was talking about white people had a hard time having kids, so mulattoes really didn't exist when I first came on.
So now you're taking it all the way back to that.
Now
is that what you want to do?
I'm educating you and beating you at the same time because you didn't even know about the term freeborn.
Yes, I did.
No, you would have brought it up. You didn't even know about the status of the woman. The woman determined the status.
Are you out of your cotton picking mind? Are you out of your cotton picking mind? You didn't even know that. You didn't. I heard
the
term.
You would have brought that up a long time
Octavius,
ago.
Be quiet. Hey, man.
Brother.
Stop telling me what I don't know.
You're telling me I fell on my sword, and I'm letting you know you didn't even know half the shit that I brought to you. You didn't know about
I don't care. You still fell on your sword. Hey, listen, you fell on your sword.
No, bro.
That's all I got to say.
Look at
Want me to run it back again? Let me run it back. Look at the chat. What people said. I'm on the phone. I can't see the chat, but I don't give a shit about the fucking chat. Get off the chat. Listen what I'm saying, man. You came in here saying that mulattoes were made, or mixed breeds, I'm not even use the word mulatto. Mixed breeds was made by white men raping black women. Then you turn around and say the same conversation. Let me finish. Then you turn around in the same conversation and make a big fucking blooper and then say black women, your status was determined based off of what status your mother was. So if your mother was a slave, then that means that you was a slave. And I'm like,
now how does that in the same?
Because in the same conversation, you just said, hold on, sister, hold on, let me finish. Because he's not getting it. Because in the same conversation, you just said earlier that white men was making these mixed breeds
with black women.
That means that the mama was black. So that would mean, according to what you just said about the freeborn, that these mixed breeds were still slaves. It was legal to these mixed breeds. Listen, it was legal to enslave Negroes. It wasn't legal to enslave anybody else. It was legal to enslave and kill and maim black people.
Okay, can I read this? I'm so sorry, Octavius.
Dog, bro.
I want to just
I didn't know you guys was over here this easy to beat. Be honest.
It's not these. It's him.
Oh, it's just him.
They rarely come on my panel, man. People like Aratizar, Battle X, Akmalak, Shanard. These the people that really don't get on my panel. I got to get a manager and let them do their own thing. Because
man, hold on. I'm easily beat. I beat the shit out of Suave last time I debated him. I beat him so bad that he had to beg for points.
You're very easy.
I beat you so bad that you had to beg for 15 more points. You had to panhandle 15 points off the judges. What are you talking about?
I want to get Battle X. I'm
easy to beat.
Because wait a minute,
you only got a 115 on me, man. You got a 106, nigga. You got your ass whooped.
Hold on, Battle X.
Don't let these niggas get Octavius. Don't let these people convince you that I'm easy to beat because you're gonna run up and get done up.
About the laws, Battle X. He was asking me before about the laws. I want to give you some laws.
You didn't even.
Wait, hold on. Hello. Thank you. I want to give because Battle X was asking about some laws and everything earlier, so I just wanted to give him a little bit of something. So this is not from the South actually, and I'm from Missouri. I live in Missouri. So I just want to give you even a little something from Missouri.
Where's Missouri?
In the Midwest.
Oh, okay.
Missouri's not in the South. Missouri's in the Midwest. Okay, so Missouri State Archives. Missouri's early slave laws. And this is just giving a little bit of information. This is saying the 1837 and 1847 Missouri slave laws. Let me give you a couple of things that were in it.
You're going towards the emancipation of proclamation, though. There was already like a lot of contention and stuff going on about the slaves.
Can I give you the I want to give you this, please. Thank you.
You guys got to stop trying to bring up stuff that happened in the mid 1800s, though. You got to stop it. Slavery was already ending at that time, so it's irrelevant. You got to bring up
That
something
nigga
from
don't
like
give a fuck
16.
about no
Bring up
information.
something from like 17. Bring up something when slavery was actually up and running and kicking as a thriving force in the United States. Don't bring it up when it was already petering out and turning into nothing. Don't bring that up. It's irrelevant.
Now into the 18.
You're talking about like you're talking about 10 to 15 years before Emancipation Proclamation. What are you doing? These are not valid facts, man.
Are you done? Okay, thanks. So I'll continue. 1837 and 1847 Missouri slave laws. It denotes that slaves, free Negroes, and mulattoes. Slaves, free Negroes, and mulattoes were prohibited. Can I
That's
Battle
all
Axe,
blacks.
please? Can you let me just read this stuff and can you mute and just hear me out and then just let me finish
go ahead.
and you can respond. Thank you so much. Okay, so again, 1837, 1847 Missouri state laws. Slave laws, I'm sorry. Slaves, free Negroes, and mulattoes were prohibited from going to school. Okay. The 1847 law forbade Negroes and mulattoes the right to assemble for religious worship if services were conducted by Negroes or mulattoes, unless an officer of the... Can I finish, please, brother?
Well, get to the point.
Pretty please. I'm reading this, okay? Just thank you. All right. The 1847 law forbade Negroes and mulattoes the right to assemble for religious worship if services were conducted by Negroes or mulattoes, unless an officer of the law was in attendance. Also, in the 1847 slave law references the fact that free Negroes and mulattoes in Missouri had to carry a pass or license, quote unquote, stating their freedom. So I just wanted to hit on a couple of these points because, I was asked about any laws. Now there's these other parameters and the goalpost is moving to, this has to go back to whatever specific time. This came out while slavery was in existence. Slavery was still legal during this time, and these were laws on the books. And these laws specifically, let me finish. These laws specifically denoted Negroes and mulattoes. They made a clear distinction. They listed them. They didn't say black. They didn't say just Negroes. They said Negroes and mulattoes.
Okay, can I respond, please?
Yep.
Can I respond? Exactly. Yep. That's what I'm saying. That thing that you just brought up is supporting my stance. I'm saying that the Negroes and mixed breeds was still enslaved. They were treated the exact same way. And according to your law, they wasn't even allowed to do the same exact things. They were both forbidden to be excluded from doing certain things, period. Why? Is because in the white man's eyes, they're all the same. Mulatto, contado, whatever the hell you keep bringing up, quadruple. I'm like, they didn't give a shit. Listen, so they didn't give a shit.
So do the white man define everything? Because to them, their kids with other black people are black. We gotta accept them as black.
Yes. And it's not because of the white man saying it, but the white man saying it does back it up. The white man saying it brings a lot of validity. Listen, if the white man is saying it, it brings a lot of validity to what I'm saying, because regardless of what you're imagining and what you're trying to do, at the end of the day, the white folks ain't taking them in. They're like, no, him too. Like, but he's a mulatto. That nigga better not be out there practicing none of that. He better not be out there reading no Bible, practicing no religion, grouping up, doing none of that shit. He better not be running no sermons, none of that shit. He said, why? I thought he's mixed. I don't care about all that. I'm here to trick.
I'm not gonna let that ride. I ain't gonna let it ride.
How is it not making them black when they're actually they are actually still getting treated right alongside with the blacks?
I'm
being
not
enslaved right alongside with the blacks.
I'm not gonna let it ride. Then now again, the goalpost is being moved.
They both had the condition
If mulattoes were just Negroes, they wouldn't have to say mulattoes. They wouldn't have to make sure and clear that the language denoted Negroes and mulattoes, meaning these are two different groups of people.
They covered both of the classes, but they were treated the exact same.
Allow me to finish.
The law.
It was the
Yes, we are, because the law is telling you who they really were to them. They just said they grouped them up because they had to let you know. They're like, no, these mixed breeds are still slaves. We're enslaving black people, and the mixed breeds is part of the slavery.
Okay,
what are you talking about? You're out of your mind.
The law lists them as two different groups of people.
That's treated the same. That gets treated the same, right? But they get treated the same. I don't want to hear this long spill because because what you're doing is invalid. You don't have to do all this extra talk.
You don't have to attack me. Just address.
I'm not attacking you. I'm just trying to let you know that you just fucked up. Both of y'all.
You asked me to give you laws.
And Octavius.
I gave
you and Octavius is completely fell on your sword. You fell on a sword.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool. But anyway, so here's the thing. It denotes Negroes and mulattoes because those are being considered two different groups of people.
Then why are they being treated the same? Why do they get treated the same?
Wait a minute.
Why are they getting treated the same?
Okay, but let me answer
that. Why are they being treated? Because I heard you already. You said it about 4 times, but now my question is, why are they being treated the same?
Okay, just let me finish talking. That
just
goes
answer
back
that.
to my. Okay, just let me finish, Battle Axe. Because it wasn't just somebody being enslaved doesn't make them black. Black people and mulatto people were able to be enslaved. So there were mulattoes who were slaves. Nobody on this line denied that biracial people were also enslaved and didn't also suffer, different situations that black people did. What we
Can
are
I ask
saying
you a reason?
is,
okay, then what is the reason behind them being enslaved? What's the reason behind them being enslaved with blacks, though? What's the reason behind them being enslaved?
What we are saying is, even during slavery, there was distinctions made between.
But what was the reason why they were being enslaved? What was the reason why they were being enslaved, my sister?
Fully whites, because they were not fully
exactly.
white.
Okay, hold on. Native Americans ain't fully white either. Did you know that Native Americans weren't fully white?
Wait a minute.
Did you know that it was illegal? Did you know that it was illegal to enslave Native Americans, especially during the 1800s? Especially during the 1800s.
Okay, so we're talking about mulattoes that are black and white. Okay, that's why
I don't know, man. I think you guys are zombies because you don't even realize you're dead. You're dead already. You're a dead person walking.
Okay, so we're speaking about mulattoes, people that are white and black, and the mulattoes were able to be enslaved because they were not fully white. They had black DNA. However, they were not white and they were also not Negroes. They're mulattoes.
Wait a minute. Okay, let me get this. Let's get one thing straight.
The laws, Negroes and mulattoes.
Sister, you're repeating yourself, and you're actually becoming redundant because
why is
you gotta stop.
Understand?
Can you stop repeating yourself? Because you made your point.
If you could,
and you're overstressing it.
Well,
you made your point. You really did, and your point is very, very clear and concise. I hear you. I can definitely hear your point. But my question to you now is, why were they still being enslaved when nobody else was allowed to be enslaved during 1840s but the blacks?
Because their ancestry of being mixed with white and black, but they were not fully white. So
not being fully white didn't make you. Not being white didn't mean that you can be enslaved. Hold on. Let me talk to the sister. Not being white did not mean that you can be enslaved because the Native Americans had that same protection. The Native Americans had the same protection. So that's what I'm trying to say. So there had to been some level of
because they was
blackness.
Black people,
there had to been some level of blackness that was legitimizing these people to enslave them. Listen, there had to be some level of blackness that legitimized them to be enslaved. Listen,
because they were mixed with black people.
Right.
So that means that black people, that means that half black people were still getting treated right along with us, right there in the slave.
No fucking body is making that the discussion.
Nobody made.
Then stop trying to say. Then don't say that.
He's trying to do is trying to call them.
Listen,
he's trying to call the
then
black.
don't say that mixed breeds. Don't say that mixed breeds aren't black. Listen, hold on, sister.
They're not black.
Don't say that mixed breeds aren't black. Because when the shit hits the fan, they're treated like blacks.
Nobody said biracial people weren't enslaved. You are dead.
When the shit hits the fan, though, they get treated like us.
In laws, it would not say Negroes and mulattoes if mulattoes were Negroes. Why do you need to have two terms for the same people? That
okay, let me respond.
Sense.
Can I respond? Can I respond? You asked the question. Now let me respond. You asked the question. Now I want to respond because just like what this brother said, Octavius, he said, can I respond? Do you want to hear my response, or you just want to keep on stressing your point?
Stop crying, bro. Stop crying.
I'm just saying, I'm not crying. I'm asking her a question. Can I respond, or do you want to stress your point?
What's your response?
Thank you. My response is, even according to what Octavius was saying, he's saying that there was a lot of mulattoes at that time. So if these people still had implications on enslaving black people, encompassing it in whole, they would have to include. Let me finish, man. Let me finish. Let me finish. Then that would mean that they would have to group them in also if they were actually identified as still the people to be enslaved. Okay, they were enslaving black people. Listen, they were enslaving black people.
They were enslaving Negroes and mulattoes. They didn't use the term black. I saw what you was doing.
Listen, man, I'm just saying the word black today.
I saw that twist.
Listen, I'm using the word black today. All right. Listen, Negroes. Listen. Stop doing this, bro. Stop interrupting me. Stop cutting me off with stupid, simplistic ass fucking details. This is stupid. This is stupid.
You just admitted that you just admitted that you made up the term black for people in that time frame. That's what.
Listen, man. Did. Listen, man. You're being nitpicking. You're trying to nitpick. You're trying to nitpick, and you're not trying to use my term. You never even used that term over here before.
And the term black wasn't used at that time. They was using Negro, mulatto, octoroon.
I'm using the term black today because I'm talking today to you
about black. We're not talking about
they wasn't talking about black. This is what I'm trying to say. Listen, man. It doesn't matter if they called them aliens. If these people, if these people, it doesn't matter if they were called aliens. Listen, you got to allow me to speak and stop.
You fell on your sword, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Listen, man. This conversation is starting to make it to where I might as well just dip because I can't talk. This is fucking stupid. I don't like to sit here and argue with three fucking people. No, because you guys want to argue. Listen, you want to argue. You don't want me to just sit there and say what I had to say, even though I sat back and let you say. Listen, I sit back and let you say what you had to say. I let you say what you had to say, and then when you check me, when you check me, I got back in line.
You're not paying attention. You love ignoring people point, and then you love crying.
Did she not? Listen, man, stop saying that I'm crying by me trying to tell you, let me fucking respond. That's nothing but just a deceptive ass tactic that y'all got over here. It's when somebody trying to tell y'all, hey man, stop interrupting me, or hey man, can I get my response in? You want to try to turn it around and say he's crying.
Akmalat. I'm done. My point is that you are complaining about the stuff you do. You do the shit all day. You move the goalposts, you ignore what somebody's saying, you steadily talk through somebody's points, and then you sit up here with a motherfucker reiterate a point when you starting a point. You like, see what I'm saying? The devil. Like, chill out, bro. I just hate that weak ass shit, man. Say what you gotta say, bro. You did the same shit to Domo. I don't need the lecture. Just say what you gotta say.
Listen,
What do
man,
you want to
I
say?
am trying to say what I have to say, but when I'm trying to speak, I got two different
Say it
people
now. Say it now.
cutting me off.
Say it
All
now.
right. So I'm going to say it. Thank you. Thank you for letting me speak. So when you have this high class of people, or there's a large population of these mulattoes, these people have to encompass them or exclude them, because at that time now there was a set of black people, and now there's a set of mixed breeds running around too. And if nobody says nothing that specifies them, then they're going to be slipping in through the cracks. So what they had to do is cover both of them and say, no, the blacks and the mixed blacks. We're not fucking around with you guys. All y'all Negroes or aliens or black dudes, I don't care what you want to call it. Everybody of that stock has to be enslaved until otherwise. That's what it was.
All right, Renee Octavius, y'all want to say something?
Yeah, like I said, he's trying put the word black into a context of history where it didn't exist.
No, I'm not. I'm using that term because we're today speaking.
Let him get his point off right quick.
Okay. He also talked about the Emancipation Proclamation and all that kind of stuff, and me talking about 1838, not knowing that in 1857 the Dred Scott decision was saying, well, black people were considered property if they were born in slavery. So the status of Negroes actually fell and was more defined in slavery prior to the Civil War. So, I mean, the thing is, you got to put things into historical context. That's what we were saying. Like when it comes to blacks, you say the term black, that term black was not a legal term. They used Negro, mulatto, and the other terms that they're supposed to use during that time.
So that's all that you had to say? So you're trying to not be on the word black?
To define those who were in bondage and slavery in America at that time.
So you're trying to knock me on the word
Renee,
black.
Is something you got, Sister Renee? Is something you want to say?
Yeah, thank you, Swab, and I appreciate you letting me come up because I'm about to.
And I want to reiterate my apology for playing too much last time.
You good, you good. My bad on that. But I just did want to say that I'm sorry. You're dead. Like you've been dead a long time ago. Anytime you have to call what's supposed to be the same group of people but two different names, that makes no sense. If
they're treated the same, so that's where the sense comes in.
Can you please? Thank you, appreciate it. There would be no need to have a law saying Negroes and mulattoes if mulattoes are Negroes. That's just common sense. That's just logic.
Well, Negroes were being enslaved, and mulattoes was being enslaved right along with them, because mulattoes was ultimately Negroes.
Didn't nobody interrupt you, bro. Stop interrupting people. All right, man. He done. No, I'm cool. I'm gonna holler at him later.
All right. But yeah, as far as to what he was saying, I know it hurts or whatnot. But yeah, you don't need to, for the same group of people, you don't need to make two distinctions, two different names. No, like I said, if mulattoes were Negroes, they would just say Negroes. So you can't get around that point. The other thing is, and I won't go into all this or whatever, but and then also Suave, the brother Octavius, and myself, we never said that biracial people were not enslaved. So he kept like repeating that, trying to hang his hat on that, when literally nobody said that. Like
nobody said that.
Like you just literally making points nobody debated. And then lastly, I will say that there is a lot of misconception, it seems like he has as well, because while biracial people were enslaved and had a lot of harsh treatment, there is also a wealth of information and evidence that they were privileged. I had a bunch of stuff I could have read tonight and maybe at another time. We had this discussion or whatever with him or whatnot, but mulattoes had a lot of favoritism in a lot of different ways. So while they were absolutely treated a certain way. I'm not denying that, and being enslaved. They did have exceptions, more exception made for them than your everyday Negro, who was straight up Negro and had no white blood. Even when the brother spoke about HBCUs, that's absolutely true. Even when you look at people like W.E.B. Du Bois, the first quote unquote black man to go to Harvard, he wasn't black. Like
Washington.
Yeah, you know, these people were biracial. Even when you look at a lot
Douglas was biracial also.
Right. And when you look at a lot of, you know, black people, quote unquote, black people who were the first, historically, a lot of those people were actually biracial. I would encourage you to read a book called People Like Us and look into that and look into how mulattoes, quadroons, octoroons were still giving privilege within a racist society. How they were the first ones able to go to universities. They were the first ones, you know, able to attain money and certain wealth and things like that, that your everyday black, straight up black Negro was not about to partake. So anyway, that's all I got to say.
I appreciate it. Man, I appreciate everybody coming through. Y'all already know what it is, man. It don't stop. We're going to continue with tomorrow, man. Shout out to Octavius Betterwax, Renee, man, Akmalak, everybody that came through, man. It's the boy Swab Boss. Shout out to Yashar Moonflower.
Peace.
It's been another episode of The Argument League, man. Y'all want to say peace? They did. All right, man. Love y'all, man. Keep your head up so y'all see the bullshit coming, man. May y'all be progression in lanes in which you got a passion, because work is work, but it ain't got to be torture. Till next time, it's the boy Swab Boss, Black Power, man.
I'm affiliated. I'm affiliated. I'm affiliated. I'm affiliated. I'm affiliated. I'm affiliated.